All right, all you procrastinators, enough is enough. It's November and the you-know-what is about to hit the fan. Time to hit up my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning to get that furnace cranked on and get it winter ready. Dana here. November's also the final tune-up deal of the year at Standard. You can get $20 off your furnace fix when you make an appointment and mention 93X. Yeah, I know we're all hardy Minnesotans around here, and you're probably saving up to buy me a sweet, sweet Christmas gift, but don't roll the dice on your furnace. Time to prep and protect. Book that tune-up today at standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com.
Half-assed morning show.
They are in an alternate reality than ours. They are in that rock and roll rock reality.
They surround themselves with these professional dickheads.
And I'm not even really sure if they're aware, you know?
I don't think they're aware of how much they suck.
93X rocks.
All right, Josh, how many of us have them?
Friends.
It's not friends.
Oh, jobs?
No, apps.
Apps?
How many of us have them? Apps. Are you always busy downloading apps to your cellular device?
I got a handful that I use, and I don't remember the last time I downloaded a new one.
Ashley, downloading apps.
I like to download some new ones every now and then.
Tell me
check them
about
out.
some of your favorite apps.
My favorite apps. Nothing too crazy. I use a I use a pregnancy app quite a bit now.
What do you do on the pregnancy app?
You can see what size fruit your baby is every week.
Oh, what's it at now?
Right now, I believe it's a lemon.
All right, pregnancy app. Any others?
Yeah, I guess my favorite apps would be like the typical ones. Instagram.
Yeah, you got to tell me because I'm just not familiar. I mean, I have them on my phone, but I don't. Go ahead. So what are the typical ones?
Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, well, X now.
Yeah.
Tumblr. I do have quite a few food apps, too.
I have 0 of those apps you just mentioned.
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense for
I'm
you.
also not involved in any of those. Food apps?
Yeah, like I have a B-Dubs app, McDonald's app. You can get points if you order through the app, stuff like that.
There's so much. There's so many possibilities. I
like to have as few as possible.
You do?
Yeah, I'm just kind of anal that way.
Okay.
I've downloaded a couple random ones every now and then, like an 8-ball pool app. That can be fun. I bet you'd get a lot of joy out of that, Nick.
So it's like playing a pool video game?
Yes.
That sounds like fun to me.
How many pages do you have?
Oh, it stresses people out because I don't organize my apps. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Oh my
9,
God.
10, 11. 11.
My wife is the same way. She's got just pages and pages.
It's hard to not be. You do what I do, Josh. If on the iPhone, if you just swipe up, you can punch in like the first 3 letters of an app, and you find it right away.
Yeah, I have 1 page. I can't imagine having 2 pages. That's like clicking on the second page of a Google search. You're not supposed to do that. Nobody does that. That's crazy talk right
I'm
there.
so jealous. Yeah, there are some apps on here that I definitely don't use anymore that I could get rid of. But what if I need them?
By the way, Stillers fan Jesus texted in to say that his mother says that he stayed a lemon. You have a pregnancy app that will tell you every day or every week what fruit your child has grown to the size of.
Yep.
And lately, it told you it's at a lemon size. That's very interesting.
I was wrong, too. It's actually now at a peach.
A peach.
Next is avocado.
Okay, it goes from there. There are some very strange apps. I mean, Ashley sounds like she's pretty dialed into this kind of thing. Josh and I, not so much. There are some very strange apps that we can discuss this morning on the program. These are supposedly actual apps you can download to your cell phone, starting with the Nothing app. And as the name suggests, this app does absolutely nothing. When you launch it, you see a blank gray screen with nothing written in the center and nothing else.
What is the point of that?
I don't know.
Nothing?
Just maybe stop some distractions or to
Just
make
to
people think you're insane.
Show your friends, the Nothing app. I imagine it's just a quick punchline. The Plumber Crack.
Now, this one I'm tempted to get.
Okay, so it sounds like a little bit of a video game.
Yeah.
In Plumber Crack, you have to toss ice cubes into a plumber's ass crack. That's it. That's the whole game.
In real life, you might get a plunger to the face. But this sounds kind of fun, actually, the plumber's crack.
I think I've mentioned this before. When we used to have those big, long, miserable concert festivals back in the early days, Josh, we'd have to go out to some massive field and put up with 3 or 4 days of live shows. Sometimes we'd get lucky and there were some great acts, but sometimes it wasn't so great. We would keep ourselves entertained, and we never got our asses kicked for this, although we probably should have. We would find a guy sitting in the field and enjoying the show.
Minding his own business.
Right.
Yep.
We would find a guy whose ass crack was hanging out the back of his shorts or pants, and it was a challenge to drop a quarter perfectly down that individual's ass crack.
That's fun.
Yeah. So plumber's crack is another app you could try. Electric shaver.
I could see this being fun for a prank.
This simulates shaving. It simulates the act of shaving on your phone.
Yeah, so if it could adjust when your phone moves, kind of like a regular shaver, right? How the sound is different. It'd be fun to go up behind somebody, put it on their head, and have them hear the shaver.
Oh, yeah.
I could see that being kind of fun.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking about these with my fiance, and he said that the shaving app, he said those remind him of OG iPhone apps. Like there was a lot of apps like that. There's before, the flashlight was a thing where you could pretend you had a flashlight, or you could make it like a regular phone, like an actual phone you have against the wall, and put that up to your ear. Just really basic apps.
I like your idea, Josh. I like the idea of using the shaving app to mess with somebody. Hey, we got music in the background. Does anyone know where that's coming from? Because there's no one in the other room running the board.
Yeah, the computers died over there.
Oh, this is a jam.
So where is this even coming from?
So I just got this other one to work while we're sitting here.
You're playing the music.
So I got another computer
We've
going
had
here.
a massive technical meltdown in the building. We'll do the best we can.
Well, earlier it smelled like smoke. I don't know if it's related.
Yes.
And it was out of the main studio.
Is there a fire anywhere?
It must be related because Josh isn't kidding. An hour and a half ago, we smelled smoke, and now we've got a bunch of things that aren't working. Okay, more of these weird apps that you can download on your phone. By the way, back to the electric shaver app. Yesterday, I was shopping Summers, and I saw a little bottle of electric shave. You remember that product,
No,
Josh?
I've never. What is that?
It's an aftershave. And it's called Electric Shave. Just like, what are some of the other popular aftershaves? Maybe Old Spice or Aqua Velva. It was so 1981 that I saw this bottle of Electric Shave. I didn't think it was still the thing. All right, the next app is called Send Me to Heaven, or just SMTH. Now, this is a game where you throw your phone in the air and it calculates the height of the throw. Cell phone companies must have come up with this one, so we'll buy new cell phones and spend more money.
This would be fun, though. I could see myself really liking this.
I like to do it with children.
Oh.
Same type of thing.
So you and your friends can enter a contest to see who can throw their cell phone the highest. And obviously, maybe you'll get lucky and catch it the first time, but you're going to shatter your phone into a million pieces. I don't know. How tough are those cell phones? Could they take a decent fall?
If you got an, what are they called? Otterbox? I bet you have a pretty good chance.
I've got a really good case.
Okay.
If you drop this,
It depends the way it lands, right? If it lands on its screen, though, you might be SOL.
Check that out if you want. SMTH, Send Me to Heaven. Is this next app called $10 million or $1 million? I can't read this.
Oh, I cannot.
I thought it was $1 million.
$1 million. Okay. This app is called $1 million. If you ever wanted to feel how counting $1 million feels like, or what counting $1 million feels like, this app will help you do that. You can choose to count the money out in either 50s or $100 bills.
That sounds kind of fun, actually.
I guess.
Probably take a while.
I think I'd lose interest rather quickly. I Am Bread.
I've played this.
You've played I Am Bread.
Yeah, I believe I played it on my Xbox. I think you can also get it on your Xbox.
All right. I Am Bread is a simulator. We're rolling through weird apps you can put on your cell phone. I Am Bread is a simulator in which you control a single slice of bread, which is on a mission to evolve and become toast. You'll have to skillfully move the bread from its confines in the kitchen, take it across a bunch of different levels to achieve the goal. It has to go into the toaster. So what does the bread have to dodge? I'm picturing silverware, sponges and rags, ants, things like that.
Yes.
That sounds kind of fun.
If I remember correctly, it was a lot harder than I expected it to be. Very hard to control the bread.
Pluck it.
This is up my alley. Yes.
Oh, I thought of you right away.
Oh, I love
could see you
plucking
doing
hairs.
this.
Yes.
Pluck It is a game you can play on your phone where you literally pluck hairs.
So fun.
You've tried this?
I haven't tried the game, but I've tried it in real life. I just love plucking hairs.
It's not painful when you pluck your hairs?
No, I'm used to it because I've plucked my eyebrows since, as long as I can remember.
You get accustomed to the pain.
Yeah, I'm immune to it.
How about the nose? Come on, you're not a cyborg.
Oh, that would hurt.
No, I've actually never done that. I've never dealt with any hairs in my nose.
You've been lucky. I'll have
That'll
one.
make your eyes water.
Oh, I'll send you backpedaling when you pull one out of your nose.
I can't wait.
So I'm guessing this game is tailored to folks who like to watch pimple popping. I'm just guessing. Would you simulate the two, watching pimple popping shows?
Yeah, I agree. It's similar.
Yeah.
Do you watch pimple popping television programming?
They kind of make me sick. I enjoy doing it in my own life, but they makes me sick to watch like the big ones. Ugh.
Okay, no, I couldn't. Not for 2 seconds could I watch that on television.
There are apps where you can do that as well, but I specifically left them off this list because I know how much you hate them, Nick.
Places I've pooped. Now, I have heard of this app.
Poop Maps. That was a big one for a
Poop
while.
Map. So that's the name of a specific app.
That was the one that was really popular for a bit.
In case you're new to this, this app is for tracking where you've used the bathroom. You drop a pin wherever you've defecated, like marking your territory. Other people that have the app can see where you've been. Okay.
They should call it a loaf or a log instead of a pin. Don't you think?
Genius, Josh.
A loaf.
I know some people who were really into that for a while.
I have not heard a bowel movement referred to as dropping a loaf, I think, since I was in 7th grade. I appreciate that very much, Josh. Instead of a pin, you should be dropping a loaf.
I don't think I'd be interested in this game, but I do think it's pretty funny.
Here's another app. You can go ahead, download it on your phone. This one sounds like a test of endurance, a test of stamina. The game or the app is simply called Hold On. And the objective of this game is to hold a button down on the app for as long as humanly possible. The longer you can hold on, the higher your score will be. So you end up with a thumb injury or a cramp in your
tunnel.
Tennis elbow.
Half-assed morning show.
It's not just the swearing. Did one of you fornicate?
Fornicate? Look, I've boned a lot of chicks in my time, sure. But as far as I can recall, I've never fornicated anybody.
93X.
Ashley had to dump this on me. Okay. The grossest but most adorable, I disagree with that part, couple habits. And we probably all know a couple or two who are they're just too comfortable. They're too comfortable. In my opinion, you still got to keep some of what every human does. Bodily functions and such. Sure, we all do it. You still got to keep that away. That still has to be a private thing.
For me, I mean,
Yeah.
people...
For Christ's sake.
Whatever makes you happy in your relationship, fine.
No,
But
I
for
go
me-
against that. Don't give me that whatever makes you happy in your relationship
I
crap.
keep my eye on my own bobber, as Ashley taught me once, that phrase. And so
Yeah, she's one to talk.
that's true. That's
She's
a very
got
good
her
point.
eye on everybody's bobber.
She taught me that phrase, but yeah, she doesn't live by it. But I believe it's fine to have a little bit of mystery in your marriage.
Yes, leave some mystery.
That's how I like to do it.
I don't need to know how you take a dump.
Yeah, I'm
you know
fine
what I
with
mean?
that.
For God's sake.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, like even sometimes my wife, I don't know if I'd call it dirty talk, but kind of is too clinical. And I had to say, the other day, by the other day, I mean many years ago, you got to work on that a little bit. It kind of kills it.
Whose dirty talk was this?
Like my wife, sometimes it'll be too clinical, like, too scientific.
She
or
says
something.
penis and vagina.
Something like that.
That's not the way you dirty talk. No. You use the words that you see in the magazines,
Yeah,
on the videos. You don't say vaginal area and... Anyway.
There's something I wish I could. I don't think I could say it without getting in trouble. But yeah, sometimes it's just such a mood killer. It's crazy.
So you had to tell her. You had to say, look, I mean, you're not teaching a health class. Throw a little vulgarity into
it. She can, but yeah, there's sometimes it kills everything.
She didn't get it at first. That's fine. You got to start somewhere. All right. Here are these gross, but some would say adorable couple habits. This stuff, it turns my stomach. Starting with pimple-popping sessions, absolutely out of the question, no.
My wife used to assault me with that, where she'd sneak up and just go for it. I requested that she stops.
No, why?
Some people love it. Ashley, aren't you someone that loves it?
Yeah.
Yes, you love doing it or receiving or...
Doing it. No, I don't want somebody to do it to me.
God.
I'm self-conscious about anything like that, so no, stay away from me.
It's terrible and it's wrong.
Going back real quick to the bull semen.
Yeah.
Jenna Tolles, Jesus said, wait, you guys are getting energy drinks in your cans of bull semen? No, you got it the opposite way, man. It's the complete opposite way.
You thought there was bull semen in your energy drink.
Yeah, no, it's opposite.
Yeah. Using each other's deodorant. Okay, it's not gross. I suppose it is sort of gross, armpit juice getting on each other. I don't know.
I did that this morning.
That one doesn't really, that could have been left off this article because so much of the rest of it is terrible.
I always wanted to try Secret back in the day. Remember the commercials, strong enough for a man but made for a woman? That kind of thing?
That's what Dana uses. That's why I call him bitch pits in my phone.
Oh.
We had a listener text in and call him that.
I forgot. He said he uses women's deodorant because it's don't tell me less abrasive on his skin or something like that.
Yep.
More. Okay. That could have been left out of this. It doesn't belong with the others because some of these other gross habits that couples have that some would call adorable, doing sniff tests on your partner, sniffing their pits and whatnot to see if they're, yuck.
I've definitely done that. Like, hey, do I smell weird?
And then you ask your significant other to smell under your arm?
Yeah.
Are you cool with an answer that is unflattering?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, why can't
I want to know the truth.
What's your face busy doing? You can't put your own face into your armpit.
Because I might not be able to, because I've been around it, I might not be able to.
You're nose blind.
Yeah.
That's what they call that.
Burping and farting competitions.
That's a big no.
Competitions.
That's a huge
competitions,
no.
Yeah.
So far, boys, I'm 0-100 against the wife.
I can't.
She's a real champ.
I can't seem to get a win against the wife. I used to dominate you boys back in our college days, but ever since I married this gal, I can't win one farting competition.
Oh.
The bathroom door's always open. Oh, we're totally comfortable with each other. We leave the bathroom door open.
I never shut the door.
Gross.
Not that often when I pee.
I close it, don't matter what's going on in there.
It's actually, we have fun with that because, yesterday, he was downstairs doing laundry and he came upstairs to put it away, and he walks past the bathroom and I don't even have the light on, and I'm just in there peeing, and he goes, "Oh, look at that!" So he likes it, I think.
Well, eating off of each other's fingers.
I don't really like
she's
doing
got
that.
a little cake on her finger, and boom, I'm going to have some of that. Gross. Wiping each other's noses. You're not my child. You're my significant other. I'm not wiping your nose.
Yeah, unless I'm on my deathbed, then
right.
Go ahead.
Right. If you're unable to move, then maybe I'll wipe your damn nose.
Yeah, I don't know if I could ever get that comfortable with any individual.
No. Here are the rest that aren't so brutally offensive and disgusting. Someone eating off your plate. Well, maybe not someone. We're specifically talking about your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife kind of a thing.
That's not gross.
You bit into the sandwich. You don't want the rest of it. She finishes it. I've done that before, but I wouldn't. I've been pretty hungry. I'll tell you that. I've been pretty hungry.
I wouldn't use her utensils, I don't think.
Oh, yeah,
that would kind of
that's-
gross me out.
That's not right. That's not mentioned in here, but that's all. That should be in here instead of the deodorant thing. Yeah, using someone else's fork.
That's so funny. I don't even think about that when I do it.
Yeah. Stealing their socks or wearing their socks. I don't get why that's in here.
Well, because it's even if they're dirty, so you would
it
take
says
their
here, yeah.
socks off of their feet. This one really grosses me out.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Yeah, I'm not putting on your dirty socks.
No.
Well, who does that?
That's so gross.
I'm trying to think of a situation where I would need to have that happen.
Well, actually, this came up at Dana's wedding. I was wearing heels, and I hate being the person that takes their heels off to dance, but my gosh, my feet killed. And so I did, and my fiance offered me his socks. And I was like, no.
Oh, he did. I'm sorry, I missed that the first time around. Yeah, and Josh, good question. Give me a situation where I'm going to need to remove my wife's socks and put them on my feet. Maybe if we just lived through a plane crash or something and we're stranded inside the fuselage or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard anybody say, I got these emergency socks just in case.
Face licking and weird kisses are also mentioned in this article about the grossest but most adorable couple habits. Face licking and weird kisses.
Like Spider-Man kisses, butterfly kisses.
Oh, I don't know. What's a
Spider-Man
kiss?
Upside down kiss.
Oh, that cut from the movie?
Yep.
Okay.
Butterfly kisses? What's that?
With your eyelashes.
Oh, I've never done that.
Have you seen that? I've seen that before.
No, that sounds like something you'd do if you were a fourth grader.
Well, I was going to mention, I've seen it, a mom do that to her little kid just to be funny.
If there's face licking and weird kisses going on, we're having sex at that time, okay? Baby talk and weird voices that you use with each other. I don't know that. I don't play that game.
You haven't done that.
Cleaning up, wiping the food off each other's faces.
You've
got a little whipped cream there on the side. Let me take care. Again, that's something that your mother does when you're a child. You don't do that to other grown people.
Yeah, usually that's after I've told him 3 times. No, it's right there. It's right there. I'll just get it. Gosh.
With your bare hand?
Yeah, I don't care.
What if you get some of their saliva on your hand? Ooh, saliva.
Oh, yeah. My wife will wipe dog boogers off the dogs with just her bare hand.
Oh, yeah, same here.
And then 10 minutes later, she'll be touching your face.
Yeah, now I'll put on gloves, a whole hazmat suit, got to get a couple of Kleenexes to take those out. I can't just touch them like that.
Couples should keep their hands to themselves.
I usually just wipe their eye boogers into their fur. So then I don't see where it ends up.
Stop it with the eye boogers.
That's kind of what my wife does.
Yeah. But if it stays on my hand, I start to freak out. It grosses me out.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
What in the actual are you guys doing?
On 93X.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
All right, all you procrastinators, enough is enough. It's November and the you-know-what is about to hit the fan. Time to hit up my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning to get that furnace cranked on and get it winter ready. Dana here. November's also the final tune-up deal of the year at Standard. You can get $20 off your furnace fix when you make an appointment and mention 93X. Yeah, I know we're all hardy Minnesotans around here, and you're probably saving up to buy me a sweet, sweet Christmas gift, but don't roll the dice on your furnace. Time to prep and protect. Book that tune-up today at standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com.
Hi, I'm Drew Barrymore, and I want to tell you how you can help to support the life-saving work of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. When you give, you're helping ensure families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live. This holiday, help St. Jude give children the greatest gift, a chance at a lifetime.
This holiday, help St. Jude find more cures for more children. Donate now at musicgives.org.
Mic drop. hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ritland. It's Raw.
So you do 4 platoons and 7 years at Team 3 when you go to the jump team.
Scariest job I had in the Navy until people started shooting at me.
Yeah.
It was a blast, though.
It's unfiltered.
At what point did you decide I'm done with the SEAL teams?
If you only knew how the Navy works, we don't have an enemy to fight, like we'll eat each other.
It's tough talk from the top minds in their field.
They're not looking for the best guy, they're looking for the right guy.
Yeah.
Mic drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
I wouldn't have sex with you if I was starving and your wiener was a ham sandwich.
93X rocks.
We have 3 special guests in studio. Josh, all very important women in my life.
Yes, absolutely.
Veterinarian Dr. Andrea Johnston is here from German Animal Hospital. Welcome back, Dr. Andrea.
Thanks. Good morning.
Thank you for coming in. My female Yorkie pup by the name of Gertie is here. Everyone say hello to Gertie.
Hi, Gertie.
Hi, Gertie.
Oh, my God. Look at her.
Oh, I'm melting.
She's just so tiny and adorable. And finally, Josh, the two of yous get to meet. My wife is here.
Yeah, it's so nice to finally meet you. I noticed you introduced them in the order of importance in your life.
Of course.
The veterinarian, the dog, and then your wife.
All yous finally get to meet my wife, who doesn't want any mic time this morning. She doesn't want to hear her voice. Josh, can I borrow a mic that I can bring home?
Dude, she's right here.
Do you have a spare microphone that I can bring room to room at home?
Put a mic in her face.
Don't want to hear your own voice, remember? Well, of course, my wife brought our puppy in. And Dr. Andrea, of course, always happy to have you back in studio. And you always kill our text machine.
It's fun.
We're going to get to plenty of questions for you that our listeners have texted in on their beloved house pets, but also kind of as a way to motivate folks maybe to get their pets checked out, have exams done, because you would be able to tell this way better than I could, but you can maybe catch things before they...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
I mean, I'm imagining fairly often a regular exam will find something that folks can attack quicker and help their pet be healthier.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of those things are pretty subtle, that you're like, wow, your dog's lymph nodes are big, or I hear a heart murmur, or there's a fractured tooth that's abscessed. That's why your dog's drooling. A lot of strange things that people just don't pick up on.
Are there subtle things? Like, obviously, if a dog's limping, I'm going to notice her. If the eye's falling out. But is there subtle things when a dog or a cat comes in where you can look at it and the average person wouldn't notice, and you can just tell, oh, something's going on
Sometimes I can see lymph nodes from across the room.
Oh,
people will be
really?
like, this
scary.
is a lump that I just picked up and it's growing. And you're like, that's a lymph node.
Oh, no.
This is kind of crazy. I can walk into a room and smell a urinary tract infection.
Can you really? Wow.
They say that like with kids, some people can smell strep throat. I can smell that same bacteria
My
when
God.
I walk in.
Just from experience, or you were born with it?
I don't know if it's a special talent, but a lot of people can smell it when you walk in. Just has this odor to it.
I don't think I have that talent.
Only in animals you can sense this.
I think.
What about public bathrooms? Are you ever picking up a scent?
I don't want to know. I don't do humans.
So, I mean, what we wanted to try to do is, we got Gertie in here, and maybe, I know you're limited with space, and this is not your vet clinic, but maybe kind of walk us through a typical exam.
Sure.
And what is Gertie doing?
That's right. Gertie's licking the table. That's probably dangerous.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, Gertie.
I was giving her these little churu treats that you can buy on Amazon, and she loves them.
She's just a pup yet, and she's a little, obviously this is a strange room for her, so she might be a little squirrely. Right now she's eating some
churu.
Churu.
I've not heard of that.
She's very excited.
Some type of goo.
They're cat treats, but I usually buy them. We buy them and give them to dogs too on Amazon.
Oh, it's like a liquid?
Yeah, it's like a Go-Gurt for dogs and cats. So
Gertie is very interested.
Or giving vaccines, they lick it.
Which one is she eating over there?
This is chicken.
Oh, there's tuna over here.
Tuna is more of a favorite with cats, but dogs, they like the chicken a little bit.
She likes chickens.
Then my hands end up smelling all day, too, because I'm holding it. So
Well,
I prefer the chicken.
and then that might mask the scent of a urinary tract infection. And
Misdiagnosis.
So, I mean, how would you start? What would be the first thing you'd do with Gertrude over there?
You know, when we talked about doing this yesterday, I was laughing because I think this is going to be even easier than doing it to like 5-year-old daycare kids that I've had to do before. So this is way easier to instruct you guys or on the radio. So the main thing is obviously everyone does their physical exam differently, but I start from the nose to tail. And I kind of have a routine. So I first start looking at her teeth. And I know a lot of clients call in and ask about, or a lot of listeners call in and ask about dental disease.
Yeah.
And
She's checking out Gertie's teeth as we speak.
At her teeth. She's missing a few teeth. We knew that.
Well, she's Canadian.
She grew up playing hockey.
Yeah.
But she's a small breed, so they're more susceptible to periodontal disease. So we're looking for fractures. We're looking for tartar, and her teeth actually look pretty darn good.
Okay. So, how did she lose teeth?
So actually,
do we know this story
I do
already?
know this with her because she had retained baby teeth that we pulled out surgically that would not fall out on their own. So I surgically removed those because all her baby teeth should be out by 6 months, and hers were not. So we pulled them out. And
Is that every dog?
No, usually the smaller the dog, the harder they have a time coming out. So hers just never came out. And I don't think she had adult teeth. Actually, I know she didn't have adult teeth because they didn't push out the baby teeth.
She seems to really be enjoying this, but, of course, you're giving her a treat, and she knows you a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't seen her for a while, but she ran right up to me, so I love it.
After the teeth,
Yep,
you go...
so I check her lymph nodes. So you can feel lymph nodes.
Oh, she likes that.
Right behind the ear there?
Yep, just kind of below the jaw, her salivary ducts there, and her lymph nodes. And then you can also feel her, what we call prescapular lymph nodes. So right along kind of her shoulder, in front of her front legs. Those feel nice and normal.
This would be the saddest radio show ever if Dr. Andrea suddenly went, oh, no.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to need to take her with me.
I was going to bring that up earlier, but I didn't want to put that out there.
Yeah.
Same here, Josh.
This could tank.
Your dog has 2 hours to live.
I'm really glad I didn't bring in my widow who has, she's the 3-legged one. So she's been through some things. She has some problems. And that's one of the reasons why I thought maybe it's not a good idea to bring her in because I didn't want you to give me bad news. I would have cried on air.
I have a lot of wives that will not bring in their dogs because they're afraid I'm going to give them bad news. So the husband comes because they're afraid.
That's smart.
So now I'm going to look at her eyes.
Oh,
so
she's got pretty eyes.
Biggest things we see are cataracts.
Yeah.
So I'm looking in there. She doesn't have any cataracts. I'm looking at the back of her retinas to make sure there's no abnormalities there. But sometimes I will actually, in cats, be able to look at their retinas and determine that they have high blood pressure.
Wow.
So that is an indication that they might have kidney disease.
It's very interesting. What do you call the instrument you just used to check
this? This is an ophthalmoscope.
Ophthalmoscope.
Yep. So just like your eye doctor would do, they put a light in your eye and look and make sure that can constrict your pupils, make sure there's no retinal detachment, cataracts, glaucoma.
I'm enjoying the hell out of this. This is really interesting stuff.
I'm learning a lot.
Just your typical...
The good news is she's little, so it makes it easy to look at her and examine her. I was afraid Josh was going to bring his Danes in this month.
That'd be a little more difficult.
So then I move on. So little small breeds, specifically Chihuahuas and really tiny breeds, can have an open fontanelle, so they can have a soft spot that never closed.
On their head?
On their head.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah,
like
so
a
I'm
baby.
making sure she doesn't have...
Squeezing her skull.
An open fontanelle. Yep, it's nice and firm. And then I actually realized I forgot my otoscope, which is my ear examiner.
It's okay. I got one in the trunk. I'll go grab it.
Yeah.
But I use a cone, just like your ear doctor, your general doctor would do to look in your ears
Uses
for an
a
ear
cone.
infection. Yep, it's like an ear cone. And you put it in there.
Chris Paul.
And then what we're looking for is to make sure the eardrum is intact, make sure there's no ear infections, make sure there's no polyps. Cats get polyps in their ears. So if you have a cat that snores and it's young and it's a male, it could be a polyp coming from the back of the throat into the ear canal. So
how about a question from a listener? Well, we're still going to further examine Gertie here, Dr. Andrea Johnston in from German Animal Hospital, telling us the basics of an exam for a dog or a cat, because you should have them looked at and don't let things go too far. A listener texted in to say, my lab goes out to the yard and kills critters now and again, rabbits, squirrels, chipmunks. Is there any particular yard critter that I should worry about, something that stands a chance to make him really sick?
I mean, a lot of those critters carry parasites. So, and then the other thing they can get is if you ingest like a rodent or a rabbit and kill it, fleas off that animal jump ship right onto the dog.
Oh.
And if the dog were to ingest a flea, it can predispose them to tapeworms. So make sure your dog's on flea and tick control.
Do your dogs kill all the critters in the neighborhood, Ashley?
They try.
Yeah.
They're a little too slow.
Oh, well, the one's only got 3 legs.
Yeah. It is really cool, though. One of my dog, Bruin, he's a Catahoula leopard mix, and his prey drive is so high that if he sees a bunny or a squirrel outside the sliding door window, he sits there and he just starts to shake, just convulse like crazy.
That's what Gertie over there does. Did she hear Ashley when Ashley said the SQ word?
Well, and you know her breed. They are rodent chasers.
Yeah.
They are rodent killers.
She's damn near. She's not much bigger than a damn squirrel.
No, she isn't.
not.
Would she know what to do if she caught one?
No. No. She'd probably dance with it or something like that.
Cute.
They'd rustle. So then I go on and I feel along her ribs to make sure she is not overweight. And I look above her waist here to make sure she has a nice little tucked in waist and is not like a Tootsie Roll. You want to be able to feel their ribs but not see them, and that can indicate that they are an ideal weight.
And she's around 5 pounds, I think.
Yeah, she's a peanut.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she looks great. But, if she gains 1 pound, that's like 10 pounds in a person, right? So you got to be careful with that with her size. And then I take out my handy-dandy stethoscope, and I will listen to her chest.
Oh.
So, yeah.
See how the heartbeat is doing and all that.
Yep, I'll make sure there's no heart murmur. I'll make sure that there's no crackles or wheezing in her lungs.
Some listeners are texting wanting to know when you're going to get to the anal glands.
Everybody asks that. It's funny because I brought gloves today just to joke, and I was like, I am not doing anal glands on the air. And I would leave you guys with a horrible smell.
Yeah, I don't need that right now.
Horrific for days.
I can sense that across the room the way you can UTIs. I can.
Oh, boy, yeah. With those anal glands.
It's the worst.
Is a Yorkie the type of dog that would be checked for that?
Okay, so a couple of things. Anal glands can be an issue with allergies, dogs that have chronic allergies. So if they're scooting, licking, or you smell it often, that's an indication that they can't express them on their own. Some dogs just have that darn problem, and they have to come in every 4, 6, 8 weeks to have them expressed.
And when you put the gloves on, they get nervous.
I don't know. I think they do.
Have you ever had one that can read it? Like you put the gloves on? Yeah.
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 Now, I guess the other thing is I always recommend anal gland expressions in dogs at minimum over 5 years of age because anal sac cancer is really common.
Okay.
Oh, good to know. Wow.
Yeah, and it's hard to find.
I really made a fool of myself at the groomer once when I was bringing my old dog Tori Joe in there. My ex-wife, she usually dropped her off, but I did it this time, and we knew that Tori Joe didn't like the anal glands expressed, and my ex-wife reminded me, you should make sure you tell them that. I go, yeah, I got it. I'm walking out, and I turn around, I couldn't remember the term, and I said, oh, yeah, no, she doesn't like any of that butt stuff. You don't need to worry about that.
Butt stuff.
I usually take the dog out of the room. It can be a little traumatic, especially for the smaller dog and the bigger finger.
Another. Oh, God.
I knew that was going to go somewhere.
You know what? I had a proctology exam, and the guy was pretty funny. He's like, all right, drop your pants. First and foremost, this is going to be worse for me, but you're lucky I've got little fingers.
You got to have a sense of humor.
We became fast friends.
Yeah.
I love that story. Another question here for Dr. Andrea. And I love the way this one's written up. I leave the radio on for my dog when I leave for work. She enjoys your segment on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Love it.
Although now that she's an older female, when I come home, I find that she's changed the channel to KS95. Anyway, sometimes she coughs out of nowhere. This worries me. Any ideas? A coughing dog.
Yeah, so if she is an older dog and she's smaller or if she's potentially overweight,
Well, they
my
didn't say
guess
the breed, yeah.
is it could be a tracheal issue. If she gets excited, if you pull on her leash, her trachea will collapse. That trachea is made of cartilage. So the older they get, the weaker it gets. And when they get excited, they inhale air and it just collapses. So my guess, as long as it's not getting worse or the dog's feeling well, that's my guess.
Okay.
There is another dog in the building right now.
Yeah.
Steve Gorman from KQRS, it's his dog. And I never get to pet the dog because every time I do, she, I can't remember.
It's a he.
He
Chauncey.
gets so excited that he does that every time. And I feel bad because it sounds painful.
Oh, he sneezes constantly.
Really?
Yeah, all the
Sometimes
time.
that's like a nervous, excited habit.
That's
but
the
if
way
it's
it
the
appears.
coughing,
Yeah.
And if they do kind of this retch at the end, that oftentimes is them clearing their throat, like an 80-year-old man. It's harder for them to clear their throat.
Mm-hmm. So far, has Gertie passed her exam? She's doing
She
okay so
has.
far?
Yeah. So
Okay.
then what I do after I listen to her heart and her lungs, and I move on to her belly. This is a common area where I will find abdominal masses, sadly, especially in older dogs. Splenic masses are really common. I can feel lymph nodes in there too, but everything feels really nice and normal. I can feel her bladder too.
She's just a winner is all she is. She's a winner.
She is.
Yeah.
And then I move back and I feel her knees and her hips. So we kind of do an orthopedic exam.
What are you looking for there?
So I want to make sure there's no osteoarthritis or hip pain. And then also another thing we commonly see in small breed dogs is patellar luxations. So that kneecap can pop in and out. I don't know if she ever skips ever or anything, but sometimes that kneecap will pop in and out of that trochlear groove of the tibia there. But hers feels great. She feels good.
All right, that's great to know. 3 guests in studio, Dr. Andrea Johnston from German Animal Hospital, so she can field your questions about your pets. My wife is here, who brought our dog Gertie, so Dr. Andrea could give us an idea of a typical exam, and so far Gertie is acing that exam. A couple of text messages I wanted you to hear right away. I wanted you to hear right away, Dr. Andrea, and my wife. Here's a listener who said, Nick, it was nice of the wife to stop by and protect you from all the whores.
Well, I don't know if you knew this, Dr. Andrea, but Nick's wife hates whores.
Wow.
She despises whores.
She's nodding her head no.
Dr. Andrea, after you're done inspecting Gertie, can Josh go through his puppy mechanic routine on the dog so we know how that goes?
I'd love to see it. I'd love to hear the song too.
Puppy mechanic?
Yeah,
I
I've
love
heard about
playing
it.
puppy mechanic. I can't play with Gertie.
She's too small for puppy mechanic.
Yeah, unless I put her up on a lift. I guess I never even thought of that.
You could probably just do like airplane with her.
I told the guys and gal yesterday, I got a little too close to the exhaust the other day playing puppy mechanic.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I'm moving on to the other puppy.
Josh, do you have any messages on your end from the brother or sisterhood for Dr. Andrea?
Well, this is a great time for the Wi-Fi to die on me, so I'm counting on you guys.
Dr. Andrea, I have a cat. Is it safe to use eucalyptus essential oil in a steam diffuser? I've read that eucalyptus is poisonous to cats.
As long as they're not ingesting it. I mean, aerosol, that's fine.
Is that what they put in Vicks Vapor Rub? Maybe you don't know this.
I think so. Or that's menthol, isn't it? Or
is it?
some type of menthol. Is that right? I will say cats are predisposed to asthma, so any airborne additions you add, like, what do you call it, diffuser, it can cause their asthma to flare up.
Okay.
So I'd be cautious of that.
How long can my cat go without being fixed?
Well, I would do it sooner than later. I would do it at 6 months. I wouldn't do it any later than that. They're so susceptible to breast cancer and mammary cancer if you wait.
Okay.
And you said, was dog around 6 months too? Dogs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. For a spay. A neuter, we would wait longer now.
You would? Okay.
Here's a dog who had a little accident.
Oh, no.
My dog biffed it. Has a good-sized gash that healed now, but has a lemon-sized fluid sac on his side. Will it go away, or do I need to get it drained?
Sounds like an abscess. So it probably healed with some bacteria in there. So you need to get it drained. They might have to put a drain in and lance it and get on antibiotics.
That's got to be one of the high points of your week when there's some lancing and draining going on at the vet's office.
I had one yesterday.
Is that right?
My dream job would be to work off a 94 in South Dakota and treat all the hunting dogs, because that's all they have, these wounds, these lacerations, these emergency cases.
Yeah, they get a cut or two. And
yeah.
What's the grossest thing you have to do at work? Is it the anal gland, or is it something you've done that so many times it doesn't even bother you?
You know, what I really don't like doing is de-obstipating a constipated cat.
It means like going.
So I actually have to manually go in and scoop out the
Lord. I can see that being unappealing.
It just stinks because it's been in there forever.
Oh, I bet. Yow.
Dr. Andrea, I just dropped my 12-year-old golden retriever off at a vet for an oral mass removal surgery, possible melanoma. How serious is this? Thoughts on ivermectin? Ivermectin?
Ivermectin. Ivermectin won't work for that. But melanoma
is that the horse stuff?
Yeah.
The stuff that
that's
Aaron
what we
Rodgers
use for
got known
heartworm preventative.
Yeah.
Maybe
No
that's a separate question. So how serious is this possible melanoma oral mass removal surgery? Maybe it was a separate question. Thoughts on ivermectin? That's Bill from Plymouth.
Oral melanoma is pretty concerning in a golden retriever. You have to get it removed with wide margins, and then also there is now a melanoma vaccine for those dogs that have had melanoma. It's pretty expensive, but you would probably need to see an oncologist after having that removed.
For the love of God, my dog is holding half of the family hostage, says our next listener. My dad got a Havanese and was told he can't leave it alone crated for more than 2 hours. I hope this isn't true.
No. That dog can be on its own. Yeah, for sure. I would keep it at home longer than that.
I don't know why they...
No.
Here's a guy whose dog has thrown up 3 times in the last 24 hours. It's undigested food. She seems okay otherwise, hasn't gotten into anything bad. No change in diet either. The problem is we leave for Mexico on Monday. I need to figure out what's happening and hopefully treat it before we leave. I can't leave my dog with a dog sitter if she's still throwing up.
Yeah, I'd get your dog into a vet. I'd also fast it, not offer any food. If it continues to vomit or not eat, get your dog in before you go.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. Here's a listener with a kitty named Claptrap. Does anyone know this? Does that mean something? What does that mean? Claptrap, like the STD?
I don't know. It's cute, though.
My kitty named Claptrap has dandruff. How do I get rid of it? Poor kitty.
Well, cats hate baths. You could try to bathe it. Make sure it's not allergies. Sometimes fish oils will work really well with dry hair coat.
Finally, what I have in front of me, what breeds, because of back issues, should probably not jump on and off the bed or couch or maybe even keep away from stairs?
Well, the 2 that come to mind, French Bulldogs and Dachshunds. Those are the 2 big ones we see with herniated discs. But any breed can have a herniated disc, just like a person.
Did our puppy Gertie fall asleep? Oh, no, there she is.
Oh, she's watching you.
Hi, Gertie.
Those ears perk up. That's so cute.
Thank you very much, Dr. Andrea, for every damn thing, and especially making sure that our beloved Gertie is in good health, and she seems so excited to see you.
She looks great. She looks awesome.
Yeah, that was
You're
fun.
doing a good job.
And then this other lady in the studio didn't want to be on the microphone.
That's your wife.
Yeah. I'll see you in a little while. Thanks, Dr. Andrea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for everyone for texting in. My God, you still get hundreds and hundreds of text messages.
Yeah, we could easily have you on a few times a week. Easily.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
They got their heads up their ass.
On 93X.
I'm telling you this right now. I don't care who you are. You'd be kicking yourself in the ass if you made this mistake. You'd be kicking yourself in the ass. You'd be slugging yourself in the nuts, punching yourself in the boobs until the day you die if you made this mistake. A boob punch, not comfortable, is it, Ashley?
Nope.
No.
Oh, God, no. It's been so long since I've had one of those.
Was
so
it
painful.
The last time you were punched in the boob, I'm going to guess one of your older brothers punched you in the boob.
Yep.
She's hanging on to them right now.
Yeah. Sorry.
No one's going to attack them.
I didn't even notice I was doing that.
Yeah, you're safe. It's like kind of like when you talk about hitting the nuts, and sometimes you cross your legs to protect them.
It's a subconscious reaction. She was just protecting them.
My dogs have gotten me a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
No, not as nearly as bad as somebody just actually aiming there, but God, it hurts.
Oh, I elbowed a girl in the boobs so hard once, and I felt terrible. That's the first time I realized how much that must hurt, and it was explained to me that they say it's equivalent to getting hit in the nards.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say it's that bad?
No, because you guys get like sick from getting hit. So
I didn't want to argue on the air with a woman about that, but I had that same thought.
It's a good move. It's a good move on your part. Yeah.
So here we go. This is what you'd be kicking yourself in the ass for if this were you until the day you die. A broken down old lady in Pennsylvania. She accidentally donated a jacket to charity. Well, it wasn't an accident that she donated the jacket to charity. She meant to do that. But what she forgot or wasn't aware of is that the jacket had a $2.5 million winning lottery ticket in one of the pockets.
You're right.
No.
Everything you said a person would do to themselves, I would do.
Oh, my damn.
I can't even imagine that.
As my dad used to say, he'd take to, quote, picking his teeth with a shotgun if he ever effed up. This busted old lady, she found out she had won the lottery, $2.5 million, and then realized she lost the ticket. Now, Josh knows that I've never liked charity. Right?
True.
Yeah.
I've never been.
You don't believe in it.
I don't believe in charity. And I bet this old gal is feeling the same way. Even her name is kind of sad and broken down. Mildred Simarnalutu.
Poor Mildred.
Mildred is the ultimate old lady name. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
yes. You can tell someone's age when they're named Mildred immediately.
Should bring it back.
Mildred Simarnalutu. She says she bought the lottery ticket at a grocery store last May. 2 weeks later, she found out she was the winner, but she couldn't find the ticket. Oh, would I have a meltdown. The most dramatic adult-style temper spasm you've ever witnessed if I knew I won $2 million, but I can't find the ticket. The pets would be hiding under the bed.
And of all the places to lose it, too, right? I mean, like if you gave an old coat to a friend or something, they'd see this and go, well, they certainly didn't mean to give this to me, but a charity? They might be thinking, what a wonderful person.
Well,
and what a creative way to let us know we won, where we just find this ticket.
Mildred eventually remembered that she had placed the lottery ticket inside a jacket that she donated to the Vietnam Veterans of America. She's trying to do something nice, and it came back to absolutely jackhammer her in the can. The Vietnam Veterans of America organization donates clothing around the world, so that jacket could be anywheres. Now, if it was me, that's when I set my own home on fire. When the Vietnam Veterans of America organization tells me over the telephone, yeah, dude, we donate clothing all over the world, so there's no telling where that jacket is now, that's when I officially bust a spring.
I can't even imagine how bad the crash out would be.
I would begin pouring accelerant all over my home while scream crying in the nude.
I wouldn't want to be here anymore.
Nope.
Not at all.
The Pennsylvania lottery officials, they're cold as ice. They told old Mrs. Simon Ronner Lido, whatever her name is, they said she must have the ticket in person to claim the jackpot. She has until May 8th to locate that damn ticket, or she can wipe her bottom with that $2.5 million.
I guess what I don't understand here is, right, like when you're donating a jacket to charity, presumably it's a jacket you haven't worn in a while, right? That's why you're donating it to charity.
Sure.
So 2 weeks after she won the ticket, it took her to find out that she won.
Yes.
And then just months and months of like not looking in the house, or like she was giving a jacket that she wore. She must have worn it when she bought the ticket, right? That's how it got there.
She's an older person. I think you have to consider she's an older person, and sometimes they're not always thinking straight. You know, why would you put a ticket potentially worth so much in an item that you've, like you were saying, more or less forgotten about at this point?
And why would you wait 2 weeks to check on your lotto tickets?
I don't.
Yeah, right.
What can she do? It could be anywheres at this moment. I mean, I would call Indiana effing Jones. Is he the guy for the gig, Josh?
He could find. He hunts down treasures.
Yes, it looks like he's making a return trip to the Temple of Doom. By God, because
he's well traveled.
Yeah.
I've seen the maps with all the red dots on it. Every place he's gone. Yeah, he's the guy for you.
If I found out that I won that amount of money, I would immediately go to a store, buy a safe, and then put the lottery ticket in that. That's the only thing that's in the safe.
Man.
Put it in like the middle of my living room where I can see it. Oh, this poor lady.
With the sign that says "Cash this."
Yes.
We get, we come across stories like this. My favorite being, well, this has got to be my new favorite when it comes to lottery winners and they can't locate the ticket, or they look forever and they finally find it. Josh, maybe you remember this one. Dude wins some massive, he was a lottery ticket guy. See, I'm not a I've never bought one lottery ticket in my time, but there are people who never miss a beat.
Oh, you never bought one?
Not once.
I've maybe 5 or 6, when it just gets crazy high. And everybody's talking about it.
Never done it.
I've bought a decent amount. My mom always tells me when I have to.
but there are people who this is their bit. Every different angle. They play all the different lottery games to see if they can get lucky. And so I imagine if you do it often enough and you lose regularly, which obviously most of us are going to do, the tickets become less important, right? You're not as worried because you're going to think, well, this is going to gain me nothing by buying this ticket. Anyway, maybe you remember this one, Josh. Dude won some insane amount of money, couldn't find his ticket, finally found it on the dash of his pickup, which he'd been driving around for weeks with the windows open. And somehow that ticket never blew out the cab of that pickup. And he found it, and he cashed it in, and he's living probably right now on an island somewhere. But, I mean, you want to talk about, first off, the bad luck of losing the ticket, and then the good luck that ticket never blew out a window. That fascinates me. Do you recall that one, Josh?
Yeah, absolutely. I also, just like you explained, I wouldn't rush to check my ticket, because especially when more and more people are buying them, right? The odds go down, right. I think I've been told. Yeah, I wouldn't rush because I would assume, well, I definitely lost.
I lost, yeah. So,
but I would know where I left it, that's for sure. I would know exactly where that ticket
You would
was.
always know.
Half-assed morning show, 93X.
There used to be a lot more yelling in this building back in the day, wasn't there, Josh?
Way more.
Not really the case anymore. I don't know. It's just not the approach that people take anymore. But
it's a different day and age.
It is different. Things are very different.
Yeah, you can't get away with that kind of stuff now.
We could go down the line.
Back
really.
then, it was insane. When I first started here, it was. I remember thinking, "Oh, this is what it's like." I had only had part-time jobs. I'm like, "Oh, this is what it's like in a full-time job, where everybody yells and swears at each other."
There was a lot of yelling, a lot of swearing,
These were the bosses.
Yeah, a lot of intensity.
Yeah.
I've never worked at a job like that.
Drama. What's the word you used?
I forgot.
Something
which one
ing at the end. Rowing.
Throwing.
Throwing, yes. There were things, objects being thrown. Very different back then. And he's right. These were bosses acting like that.
But it was funny. There was especially a few different dynamics that were running around here where there's two guys in particular. They would scream and yell at each other and F-bomb each other and everything. And then 2 seconds later, be like, all right, man, I'll probably see you tomorrow. Yeah, same time? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'd kind of make up pretty quick. Some people not so much, but there was a couple in here that would happen.
Very dramatic, ridiculous, a lot of the personalities.
A lot of egos.
Egos. It was kind of gross around here for a lot of years. We have a much smaller crowd filing into this building every day than 25 years ago, 30 years ago. That is a factor. The less folks involved, the less chances for problems, but it was a dramatic scene. A lot of it was wildly unnecessary.
We have about a quarter of the amount of people working here right now than when I started.
Yeah. Someone asked Reddit to name the top jobs that require a high tolerance for being yelled at. A high tolerance for being yelled at.
The trades have to be pretty high up on this list.
No.
That's the only job I've ever heard, like, growing up where the tensions are high. But, I mean, probably because my dad has been in that business his whole life, carpentry. And, yeah, I mean, he'd come home sometimes and talk about a fight him and the foreman got into. And I'm like, what is happening? That doesn't seem right.
I can believe it. I can believe it to be true. But it is not mentioned anywheres in the top 10 jobs that require a high tolerance for being yelled at. I mean, any gig.
I certainly have a high tolerance. I mean, I grew up with a dad that yelled constantly about absolutely everything. He blew up all the time, so I was used to it, and I can't say it didn't faze me, but I knew how to recover from it.
So did you get yelled at back in those early days?
All the time. About every... Oh, I'm sorry, here in this building? Or
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
speaking
no,
of...
I never did.
Speaking about things used to be here in the building, I never got yelled at. But I certainly witnessed a lot of yelling matches.
I was talked to rudely, but it was in a funny way.
The hairdo thing.
The hair thing, yeah. So I was running the board for the state fair, so there was somebody else on the air, and so I was just, pushing the buttons back at the station. And the program director at the time, total psycho, although he could be very hilarious.
But more of a psycho.
More of a psycho.
Yeah.
The hilarity didn't outweigh the psychoness. But he scheduled the wrong cut. Back then, like on the CDs, you could pick number 1, number 2, and it would have a different length of an intro. So he scheduled the shorter intro because especially back then, the shorter the song, the better. They wanted to shorten it. They would take like a normal song, cut it in half. It was crazy. And so he scheduled the wrong one, and that's the one I played. And then the woman who was on the air talked all over the singing, which is like a big no-no in radio, right? Like people, for whatever reason, they freak out.
Mm-hmm.
And so he came in, and he was super pissed. He was yelling at me, and at the time I had bleach blonde hair, and he asked me if the hair dye went to my brain. And I got to say, that was one of the funnier moments working here, just the way he yelled at me and asked if that was responsible for it. So I thought about saying, hey, douchebag, take a look at the log here. You're the one that scheduled the wrong song, but I was laughing so hard at that, I just let it go.
Yeah, that guy hollered at you.
Yeah, so that's the one time. As far as in other jobs when I landscape, the days that would be yelling the most were when we're laying like a concrete patio or something. Just the rage. Everybody's in such a big hurry. You don't want to screw it up. And I learned swear words on those days. I hated those days because of how mad everybody got.
This list is interesting, and I'm trying to come up with a way to explain it. It's not so much the list of the jobs that require a high tolerance for being yelled at. It's not so much the kind of gig where you yell back and forth at each other. You and your coworkers yelling back.
It's like clients yelling at you.
It's more so, yes, professions where people are comfortable verbally berating them. Does that make any sense to you?
A job that you go to and you expect to get yelled at by someone, not necessarily a coworker or a boss. Like customer service is on there.
And that's right there, customer service. Especially, they say, if you work at a call center. I don't think I've ever made a telephone call to a call center.
Oh, I'm sure you have. Like a customer service? You've never called,
call your bank or something?
Or cable company?
Nope.
You haven't?
That's crazy to me. What?
No. Why would I ever call my bank?
Like if you
a lot of reasons. I don't know.
Where do we start?
I cannot think of one reason why I would ever call my bank. I've never called the bank in my life.
I've had my credit card number stolen. So
that would be a good reason to call the bank.
So you've never applied for a loan?
Nope.
You never a mortgage company?
Nope.
You had a question about it?
No.
That's hard to believe. Never once. Never like your cell phone provider. You've never called?
No.
Wow, that's a life I want.
Well,
that sounds really nice and not stressful.
Do you do it online? Like chatting of any sort?
No.
Does he do it online?
I could see somebody setting him up with it.
No. But customer service reps need to have a high tolerance for being yelled at. F me. God, some of these gigs, I don't know how you do it.
I applied for a job at a call center once, and I got the interview, and I walked out halfway through. It was one of those mass cattle call interviews, where they bring like 30 people in. They show you like an introductory video to the company and, the history of the company. Then they walk you into this room. There's these phones, and you have to pick up the phone, and you do a phone interview in this room with all these other people. And I go, this is stupid, and I just walked out.
Well, I was a telemarketer for a while. Is that a call center?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Did they call you?
No.
So I don't know if a call center is receiving calls.
It doesn't matter.
Versus making cold calls like you did.
Teachers get yelled at by kids and parents. Yeah.
Oh, I can't imagine.
That's great because I can't find the woman that texted in right now, but she said the job of being a mom definitely should be high on this list.
Job of being a mom.
Yes, all they do is yell and get yelled at.
Yeah, moms, they take some punishment.
You never yelled at your mother?
Never.
I yelled at my friggin' mother. So again, it's not so much you and your coworkers yelling at each other. These are people that kind of take a verbal beating from society. Well, but then again, this one's a little different because military is in here. Being yelled at is expected, especially in basic training. So there's one exception there where, you've got the drill sergeant or whoever.
Oh, Jesus said he got yelled at all the time in the Marines, and he actually got punished for not yelling enough.
I'm sorry, he got punished for not yelling enough?
He said you actually got punished for not yelling enough.
You needed to show some spirit?
Ooh, HVAC delivery, Jesus said, a delivery driver, try being that, constantly yelled at, for other people's mistakes. And he has to remind him, hey, I'm just dropping it off, man. I didn't make that mistake.
Exactly. I remember watching Full Metal Jacket for the first time. So I was probably, I don't know, 9th or 10th grade kid. When did that come out? 86, 87, Full Metal Jacket. Love that movie. Absolutely love it. Dark, yet a great, great movie if you haven't seen Full Metal Jacket. And I was watching it with my dad, who was a Vietnam vet. And the opening scene, the drill sergeant scene with Arlie Ermy, who was just, my God, in that movie. He was the most frightening man in America. And I turned to my dad and I said, was it really like that when you were in boot camp? And he said, yeah. He said that's just how they operated back then. They broke you down to nothing. That's how they start with you. Okay, we all know this to be true. Talking about the jobs that require a high tolerance for being yelled at. Referees.
Yeah. Man, unfortunately, you see it a lot.
Yeah, and
you don't get paid much. I mean, it's usually younger kids out there. They get like $11 an hour or something like that.
It's one thing if you're a major college or professional referee.
Absolutely.
You know, expect to take some grief from these prima donna athletes and douchey head coaches and guys like Deion Sanders and Bill Belichick and, God. But it's where it's totally unfair is the youth referees, and we all know how terribly they've been abused over the years. Although I was one of those kids that never respected a referee, ever. He was a target to me, the referee, so I get it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like I need to track down some of the youth referees when I was a kid, and I'll take them all out for beers or something because I was a dick to them.
I always had respect for them.
Oh.
I don't know. I was always afraid to yell at other adults.
Yeah, I never would do that either.
I was afraid my mom and dad would just kick my ass.
Oh, my parents would have for sure.
Yeah.
You didn't treat adults that way.
A lot of quiet car rides home, Ashley. A lot of awkward car ride homes from sporting events when I was a kid.
No Game Boy for you, Dana.
No. Nintendo 64 controllers got taken away and hidden.
Corrections officer Jesus would like to join this conversation on jobs that require a high tolerance for being yelled at. He says, no one ever yells at me. It's all rainbows and unicorns over here. I don't know how the hell that did. Well, I mean,
I can't imagine having the balls to do that type of job.
Hell no.
You got to be brave.
Well, cops is next on the list, so let's lump you in with that group, corrections officer Jesus. I think we have to lump you in with that group. Oh, God, and still, I don't quite have the grand obsession I had with it a couple weeks ago, but I told you that a couple weeks ago I became obsessed with watching cop videos on YouTube where entitled douchebags just make the officer's life as impossible as can be. I've started to dwindle a little bit, Josh, but it is amazing when you see the way people operate around cops.
You're not giving those people enough credit. You got to understand, they know the law better than the cops. They also are directly responsible for that cop's lifestyle because they pay the salary of that police officer. Oh, and they've got camera phones, because they just put it in their face. They put it right in the cop's face and yell at them from the get-go, immediately enraged.
Damn near every one of these videos that I've watched, the entitled douche barrel fires up his cell phone as if they're the first to have that idea to record I'm recording this, and every friggin' time, and the cop says, well, yes, so am I.
Yeah, they point to their body cam like, we both are.
They all think, hey, I'm going to be the one to record this interaction on myself. Every time. Or they got their friend on the phone. Yeah, hang on a sec. I'm talking to my friend. He knows a lawyer. Yeah, so they got me pulled over. Yeah,
I hate that.
I know they can't do that. Oh, I know they can't take me out of my car. Yes, they can.
9 times out of 10, when somebody says, I know my rights, they don't know their rights.
They don't know anything.
They don't understand it.
All right, cops. Again, like I said a few minutes ago, some of these gigs, I don't know how the hell you do it. Healthcare workers, right? Because the new trend is to not believe at all in anything that doctors tell us, and it's all a scam, and it's all this and that, right? So healthcare workers get yelled at all the time.
Rambling Jesus said paramedics, that patients can be dickbags.
Oh, jeez.
I've obviously been to the doctor more than usual lately.
Anyone in
because of
Hennepin
carrying-
County?
because of being pregnant, and the most of it I see is people treating like the receptionist or the front desk person at the hospital like complete crap. Like they have anything to do with how fast you get seen.
Yeah, I don't really get it. I mean, maybe just picture that person as a loved one of yours and treat them that way, because it's somebody's loved one most likely. And like you said, people the misplaced rage and anger, I'll never understand.
I've seen people even mention, well, I pay this and this for my insurance, so I should be seen. Like, all right. Other people need to see the doctor too.
Oh, you're the one with insurance.
Oh, no way.
Oh, I've been waiting to meet you.
Let's compare insurance.
You're the one who has insurance. Healthcare workers, I said that pharmacists.
Yeah, I suppose along the same lines.
Yeah, the wait time.
The wait time, sure.
And then getting something filled, and they got to go through the doctor to get it filled, and all that type of stuff.
Huh?
Yep. Or if it's a really expensive medication, and we were just talking about insurance, you don't have insurance, and it's like $3,000 for some meds.
Here's an EMT that said, I had some lady tell me to S my own D for about an hour.
Dang.
Look, lady, if I could, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
You're just
You
trying
go
to
ahead
save
and S.
some lives.
S your own D.
He would be making a lot of money on OnlyFans if he could do that. We've all tried.
I've never even thought to yell at a pharmacist. Social workers is a high-stress environment, they say.
I can't imagine doing that job. That's another job that you have to be really strong for that.
Yeah, you're walking into a bad situation probably every time.
Of course, anyone who works for an airplane.
Oh.
Or how do you say it, Josh? An airline. Specifically, the gate agents is the wording they use here.
Well, you see a lot of that nonsense.
They've been saying on the news that it's going to get a lot worse because of the real ID situation, what ID you actually have to be able to get on an airplane. The deadline is coming up. I don't know all the specifics, but they said it's about to get worse at the airports.
Oh, good.
Red Butcher Jesus said, my job, like a lot of jobs, was one where you're yelled at constantly, justified or not. Now I'm in their position and it's not allowed anymore, and that's not fair.
That does suck.
But I want to yell at people.
I mean, 25, 30 years ago, you could yell at your coworker, you could yell back and forth, and although it's ridiculous, really, when you think about it, You never should really have to be yelling back and forth. But now, I mean, I'm afraid to raise my voice to a coworker because, I mean, it's just a different vibe. Everyone is so sensitive.
You get sued.
Yeah, right.
Real quick, I'm not fat, I'm aerodynamic. Jesus said he used to be a New York garbage man, and customers would yell at him, and then he'd remind them that garbage trucks can make deliveries as well. I could deliver this garbage.
That's a great line. Finally, on this list of jobs that require a high tolerance for being yelled at, I suppose this would be maybe your boss yelling at you. Line cooks.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I should have thought of that. Working in restaurants.
That's a case where...
that's high stress.
The boss is
servers yelling at you, too.
Yeah, everybody's getting yelled at. I can't imagine our current bosses yelling at all.
No, they're not the types. But years ago, oh, man, there were times when Josh and I would be sitting here in the studio, and we would hear something begin out in the hallway. And remember this, Josh? We would pretend like we had business in the hallway so we could hear the adults screaming and raging and the name calling. And this is funny. Not necessarily a job, but this listener says, holding the flashlight for my dad.
Yes.
That's when he heard the most yelling. You never held that flashlight correctly for your dad.
No,
not
in
once.
that situation.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
You know that jerk across the street who's always got it in for me? Every year, that guy waits to see what decorations I put out and then finds a way to top me. I string lights, he strings better lights. I put out Frosty, he puts out an Elf Village. I put out Dracula, he does nothing, and I look like a jackass.
93X. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
All right, all you procrastinators, enough is enough. It's November and the you-know-what is about to hit the fan. Time to hit up my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning to get that furnace cranked on and get it winter ready. Dana here. November's also the final tune-up deal of the year at Standard. You can get $20 off your furnace fix when you make an appointment and mention 93X. Yeah, I know we're all hardy Minnesotans around here, and you're probably saving up to buy me a sweet, sweet Christmas gift, but don't roll the dice on your furnace. Time to prep and protect. Book that tune-up today at standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com.
Hi, I'm Drew Barrymore, and I want to tell you how you can help to support the life-saving work of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. When you give, you're helping ensure families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live. This holiday, help St. Jude give children the greatest gift, a chance at a lifetime.
This holiday, help St. Jude find more cures for more children. Donate now at musicgives.org.
Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling take you behind the scenes of one of the greatest shows of all time.
They're an ultimate rewatch podcast. We're in the midst of season 7, and
hold on. Obviously, we had a very successful television show for 10 years that was Superman based.
But we had to make everyone believe that you were Clark.
I gotta be honest, I was surprised at the end of this episode that I wasn't.
I was too.
Talkville, the Smallville rewatch podcast.
I'm not sure I knew when I was filming it that I was not me.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
You gotta be kidding me. Who greenlit this garbage?
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
If you thought you had a disgusting habit or two, go ahead and compare it to this effing guy in China. 651-989-9393. Be honest with us. What's your nastiest habit, your most disgusting habit? Send it off, no judging. We all have gross habits. 651-989-9393. What's your grossest, nastiest habit? I know there's going to be some of these I'm not going to want to read out loud, but I'll go ahead anyway for the sake of the program. Think about it, send it in. While I tell you about this middle-aged feller, he is, in China. He hauled himself into the hospital. He had a bad cough. Some bitch wouldn't go away. He'd been guzzling cough syrup. Didn't help. His eyes were also bloodshot when he showed up at the hospital. Doctors dumped some scans on the guy. You know how they'll give you a scan or two, Josh?
Oh, yeah.
They dumped some scans on the guy, and they found a mass in his lower right lung. It wasn't cancer. Turns out he had a serious fungal infection in his lungs. And this Chinese dude caught that fungal infection, by God, from sniffing his own dirty socks. He admitted that he'd gotten into the habit of huffing his socks after a long day at work right before he'd toss them into the dirty lawn. He just... kind of a thing on his on his socks. Is there such a thing as athlete's lung?
Must be. If he's getting a fungal infection in there.
It says here, technically, the fungus that they found lodged in his lung was different than athlete's foot fungus. He responded to antifungal medication called Strireclinstrol. And he's a lot. The side effects
They're
are
almost worse.
He is, as of today, he is alive and well. So why would a guy want to inhale his own dirty socks?
Yeah, it's weird. Usually those sniffers are, other people's clothing.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Drawers and such. 651-989-9393. Now that you know this Chinese guy's story, what is your nastiest, most disgusting habit? If you don't want to include your name, you don't have to. This guy would pick up his sweaty socks after a long day at work and just take it all in.
Does this qualify? A person likes to scrape the underside of their big toe, big toenail, and then smell it? Does that qualify?
Yep. I'd say so, yeah.
Hang on a second.
A lot of nose pickers.
Oh, he would scrape.
Yeah, he would scrape whatever comes out of the underside of his big toenail
and
sniff it.
Oh, God.
Oh,
that makes me nauseated. No.
Again, you missed the topic. We're talking about gross habits you might have. That's what we're trying to share. That doesn't qualify.
Oh, God.
I was a big fingernail chewer offer for the majority of my life. I don't know if that
You didn't eat them, did you?
qualified. No, eat them.
Well, I know people that eat them.
Eat your fingernails.
Yeah, we got a couple texts that said they eat them.
That'll tear your guts right out from under you.
Somebody else said they eat the skin around their fingernails.
Oh, I do that. I'm guilty of that.
You eat it?
Yeah.
Like you swallow it?
Yeah. It's small. It's not like I'm taking off big chunks. It's
You're
small
a
enough it
cannibal.
kind of just disappears. Or my lips. I eat the heck out of my lips.
You're a lip eater?
Gosh, yeah.
Shotgun Messiah Jesus likes to chew toenails, but other people's, not his own.
Oh, that's okay then.
Somebody admitted to waffle stomping in the listening audience.
They're joking. They don't waffle stomp.
Nobody ever waffle stomp.
There's some nose pickers, and then they eat it. Not showering after the night shift and going straight to bed from cop that uses fuzzy cuffs, Jesus.
What the hell's gross about that?
Yeah, I don't think that's gross. I mean, I know some people, like we used to work with a guy whose wife wouldn't let him go to bed until he showered. He had to shower every night before
I'm a
bed.
shower in the morning type of person, so.
I'm a shower whenever the hell I get around to it type of person.
Yeah, you're right.
What the hell? We're all grown now.
That's how I am, too.
Okay, well, we see the text piling in. Go ahead.
A lot of the same, what people are calling nasty habits have come in, I've noticed. People mention nail biters.
Yeah.
Sit popping, whether on themselves or other people.
I skipped a lot of the booger-related habits.
There's
Just
a lot of
because
those.
It's so common, it goes without saying, I think. A lot of yous are booger pickers and booger eaters. I didn't want to get into it. But you're right, there's a lot of similar answers. Fingernail-related. Josh just read one
I can't.
I can tell that. I can tell that caused you a certain amount of pain.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes it's like a punch to the stomach.
So here are some of the answers that I received on my end on our text machine, 651-989-9393, on our listeners' terrible habits. One of them says, if my mustache hair gets a little too long and curls under my lip, I will chew it off and swallow it. Doesn't really trouble me too much.
No.
I mean, there's probably a lot of terrible things in the average cookie duster.
I think it's kind of gross.
And he's chewing that and swallowing it. You think that's kind of gross?
Yeah, I mean, they must agree. If they text that in on the topics. So.
Right. Now, here's some of that pimple popping. I know it's very popular. There's television shows dedicated to this. There is not a chance in hell I could watch 2 seconds of any of those pimple popping programs. I don't know what the hell attracts anyone to that stuff. I've heard these kind of stories before. Here's a lady who will pop her husband's back pimples. Please stop doing that.
Yuck. Some people love it. Ashley, you're one of them.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
A friend of mine growing up, his mother would do that for him, and I just thought it was the most repulsive thing.
Can I tell you guys something that I wasn't sure if I would ever tell you, but now I feel like I should?
Well, with that kind of a setup, of course.
I was doing that not too long ago to my wonderful fiance.
Yeah, that's enough.
And it got in my eye.
Oh, no.
That changed things
Stop.
for me.
Please.
That's
I want to go home.
We need a palate cleanser. That's really gross. Like this one from Short But Fat Cheese. It said her uncle, when he used to get sunburned and it would start to peel, his stepmom used to eat it.
Oh, I do love peeling sunburn, but I don't eat the skin.
What about somebody else's?
Come on.
Nah.
Come on. The lady would peel the skin off the guy, and then she would eat it.
Yeah.
That's what this
So
guy...
brother or sister, I'm imagining that's the combo there.
Ashley, please don't... What you just said, please don't ever bring that up again.
Sounds good.
That is so friggin' sickening. Here's a guy who says, hey, look, I like to go down on a woman once in a while, and guess what? I like it.
Good for you.
I do quite a bit.
Attaboy.
I don't think that's gross. I mean, there's people saying some other sexual stuff that they like to do that's a little much for me.
Oh, the second door down there?
Yeah.
I saw a couple of those.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
To each their own.
Here's a guy who says, I'm able to listen to 93X after 9 a.m. What? It's just a joke. It's a freaking joke. Duck Butter Jesus has a question. Anyone out there into smegma? I don't know what that is anymore. Maybe when I was a kid I knew what that is. I don't want to know what that is?
Probably not.
No. Disgusting habits we're talking about here on the program. Listeners texting in their disgusting habits. Oh, well, Ashley mentioned earlier, and I think this is very common. A lot of folks kind of chew on their finger. Isn't there a term for it? The skin around your fingernails.
Like your cuticles?
Cuticles. That's it, Josh. Thank you. A lot of folks chew on that part of their finger. Ashley would then swallow it. All right. Now, Josh, this must have been, someone must have been trading text messages with this individual because he talks about chewing off his cuticles. And someone asked him, well, do you spit it out or do you swallow it? Ha ha, very funny. And he says, no, neither. He takes that skin and he just puts it in his skin box.
Oh, somehow makes it worse.
Yeah, I agree.
He has a little box for safekeeping for the skin. He doesn't swallow it, doesn't spit it out. He puts it in the skin box for later.
Do you mind if I have some of these dried banana chips? No, that's the skin box. You want the trail mix box.
Gross.
We have a listener who owns a skin box.
There's people,
and I think that's incredible.
There's people that they like to smell all kinds of things, whether that's digging in their belly button, rubbing their armpits, that kind of stuff.
Sure. I do remember being a junior high kid or a high school kid or somewhere's in there, and someone bringing up, they said, do you realize how bad your belly button smells? And I said, well, we're throwing insults back and forth, huh? And the guy said, no, I don't mean you. He said, everybody, do you realize how much anyone's belly button? And I said, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And he said, go ahead, put your finger in. And I did, and I smelled it, and I said, oh, no kidding.
I wash mine when I shower.
You wash your belly button?
I'll take care of that.
Really?
Reluctantly, because I don't like the feeling, but I do too.
Oh, I never go near that poor thing.
I get harassed for the lint in my belly button on a weekly basis.
Why do you got so much lint in your belly?
I don't know. I'm trying to do it, Ashley. It just happens.
Do you have a very deep innie?
I guess.
But I remember I was not disgusted by this when I first learned that everyone's belly button smells like a garbage can. I wasn't so grossed out by it. I was quite fascinated. I thought, well, by God, I've had it sitting down there the whole time, and I never knew this.
Underwhelmingly optimistic Jesus wants to know, back to the guy with the skin box, how many does he keep? Is it 3 skins? 4 skins?
Ashley had a full load of Gatorade in her yapper and she almost spit it all over her computer. Let's see, some of this stuff is just so bad. Not as bad as what Ashley said. But maybe this is worse. I don't know. It's all the same. A lady listener says, when my husband pisses me off, I wait for a good fart and then I let it rip right in his face. Please tell me you're joking.
Ashley, your thoughts?
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Bug-Eye Wagon Jesus, he said he's been told this is gross by a lot of people, but he likes it. He drinks the juice that's left over in the bottom of a bag of brats.
Oh,
dude,
no.
come on.
If you want to try it out, here's his recommendation, the Johnsonville Better Cheddar Brats.
No, you do not.
That's the juice you want to drink.
Don't do that.
God dang it. Now I'm going to be tempted to try that.
Oh, yeah.
That's so bad.
No.
That's really bad.
That's so strange.
Danny, you love wiener juice.
I do love wiener juice, Josh.
Well, I've seen it in person.
Oh, I've never seen somebody do that.
Not exactly that. I'm just leading up to something similar. I've seen this in person, is how I should have said it. Usually I use his name when telling stories about him, but this time I feel like leaving it out. Because it's one of the only things that he does that just bothers me. If we go out for wings, it's 10, 12 guys sitting in a circle plate after plate. By the end of the night, plate after plate of emptiness. You know, the wings used to be there. Now they're not because we chomped them up. This dude will lick the plates.
Yeah, it's going a little far. I love wings. I love wing sauce as much as the next guy, but I'm not licking plates.
Terrible.
Does he have any shame? I'd be embarrassed to do that in front of my buddies.
No, he shows it off, Josh. He shows it off. You think he's cute.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, you know who. Yeah, you think he's cute.
I bet there'd be some people that would want to watch him do that. I can imagine you get a crowd of ladies pretty interested.
God, there's no ladies interested in that. Well, one of our listeners sleeps with a chew in his mouth every night. Why do you do that? You just spit it out onto the floor, on your bedroom floor. What do you?
I don't think that's gross.
I yell at my
different.
Well, the end result of it is, Josh. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Like when you wake up the next day.
Oh, yeah.
It's gross.
You're gonna choke. I yell at my
don't choke.
fiance all the time because he'll put a Zyn in, and I mean that's much more safe than putting like loose tobacco in your mouth. But I'm like, dude, that can't be good for you.
This is great. This text, Christ Almighty, this is disgusting. And that is from Scene Clean Jesus, who has a very important and I'd imagine very difficult job with what he has to see cleaning up some terrible scenes.
All day long.
And he's grossed up by this conversation.
All day long, he's dangling with brain matter and semen and blood. And
this is too much for him.
And sometimes even, sweat, maybe.
I don't like that. I feel like I'm bleeding clear stuff.
Here's a feller who works in the plumbing industry, and he says, sometimes I don't wash my hands after cleaning a sewer line. It gives my sandwich a little extra pop.
I had a plumber. We had a clogged drain, not a shower, sink drain in the bathroom.
Sure.
And he's like, oh, I see what's going on. And he pulled out just like this goopy, black, hairy, everything. It was just disgusting with his hands.
Yeah.
He just went for it.
Yeah, they grow accustomed and callous to the operation.
I thought, I'm not that brave. Evil garbage man Jesus, he says, I see some sick and smell some terrible things, but this topic is awful.
We get it. Now, a lot of these poor habits, disgusting habits that we asked our listeners to text us in and tell us about, a lot of them quite off-putting. No offense to those of you who we've read your text already, but none of them so far are wildly unique. This here, very unique. After I shower, a listener says, I dry my butt crack with clothes from the dirty clothes hamper because I don't want to have the butt matter on the towel. You see what he's saying there?
Oh, like after the shower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to get any of his butt matter on the towel because he's going to dry the rest of his body with that towel, maybe even his face. So he dries his ass with dirty clothes from the dirty clothes hamper.
But you're getting dirty clothes on your butt.
Yes, he is.
I mean,
I get it. It's
question.
Not that gross.
Yes, Josh.
Is it possible to dry everything else first, then use the towel? I'm assuming they want to reuse the towel.
Yeah, they're a towel reuser.
Where you were going with that was very clever. But I imagine it's he won't use a towel after ass contacts the towel.
It's a good way to avoid pink eye.
I work from the top down.
You do.
But I don't get in between.
No, me either.
I mean, you guys flossing back
that just
there
air
with the towel?
dries.
Oh, yeah, you get up in there.
You do, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, for Christ's sake. No, I don't. Another one that's quite unique. On my way home from work, sometimes I'll just do the farmer's blow all over myself knowing my clothes are going straight into the laundry. What if you have to stop for gas or something?
Yeah, that's a little on the gross side.
What if you run into an old friend and you want to have a conversation? Farmer's blow all over yourself? It's gross around here. Nasty habits, that's been our chosen topic of conversation this morning. Everyone goes home a winner, right, Josh, when we're talking disgusting habits?
Yeah, it's fun.
I try not to be too gross in my daily activities. Is there anything that I do in front of you folks that you'd like me to stop?
No, I mean, I could think of a gross habit. It doesn't personally gross me out, but I know it's affected other people. You get chew spit everywhere when you spit stuff out. Like, look at that table is crusted.
Bro, your laptop. What's going on? Can you see your laptop? I want to clean it for you. Can I clean it for you?
But, I mean, if that table is so crusty.
And it's not like you're using a thin spitter, like a 20-ounce pop bottle where there's a narrow entryway. You're using a garbage can.
So the obvious answer is there's someone else in the building who sits in this chair. After I leave here, there's someone else in this building who's making a mess of things.
Did you notice that table before?
I don't notice anything.
no, you're like, oh, wait.
I mean, that is covered.
He started this by saying, I try not to be too disgusting.
Like I said, it doesn't bother me. I'm fine with it. But if we're going to point one out, that'd be one.
I try to corral my sneezes. But that's very difficult for me to do.
Don't hold those back. They're too big.
Well, no, I would never hold them back. I'm talking about, because I get a lot of grief at home for sneezing into my hands or just launching it into the atmosphere. I'm trying to tuck my face into my elbow the way everyone's been doing it since COVID hit town. That's difficult for me, because they come on so fast.
Well, yeah, and yours are so violent. I mean, I'm worried you're going to blow your arm off.
Yeah. Can't believe I still have all of my teeth in my yapper. Okay, some of the text messages that have come in. Let's wrap this up. Our listeners have been texting in their terrible habits. Now, this isn't so much a habit, but something gross that a listener witnessed. What's the name at everyone's neighborhood bar? It never happens, but it's a thing. It's a topic of conversation now and again. The bartender's going to take all the juice from the bar rail and put it in a glass, and then you drink it.
I've heard it called the Jersey Turnpike.
Okay, we'll go with that.
I've done that before.
You
actually have?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really think of it as that much of a big deal, though.
Do you understand what we're talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They take the bar rail mats, the rubber mats, and they put... You don't think of that as a big deal?
No, because it's just spilled booze.
Yeah, and...
I mean, when I was a bartender, the only
else?
thing that would go on top of those were clean glasses so that you could make a drink.
So there's no chance that anything else got in there?
Well,
spit
there
or
was
boogers or anything like... There's no chance...
I don't think there was a chance of spit or anything like that, at least the places that I worked.
Whatever people had on their hands. You don't look at that as disgusting to drink... No, why did you do this? Just because you were young and someone dared you?
Yeah.
So you watched the bartender pour those rubber rails into a glass. You're still looking at me as if I'm crazy, treating this like it. Josh, is that disgusting?
I find it kind of gross.
I never really thought much of it. I was the one that was bartending, so I guess maybe I knew it was clean.
What did it taste? But it's not clean.
It just tasted like a nail polish remover, just like mixed.
Ew,
mixed
it's horrible.
Alcohol, vodka taste.
Now, when I was a kid, I used to go down the line at the pop machine, right? Mix everything together.
Yeah, that's so much fun.
Yeah, I loved it. But I don't think, how they've got the tray underneath there. I don't think I'd ever scoop up the remnants of the tray.
Oh, yeah.
Assuming that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing what some people treat so nonchalantly and others would backpedal away from as fast as they can?
I guess maybe the thought process was alcohol strong. Maybe it kills
I understand
some
what
of
you're
the germs.
saying, yeah. I mean, to me, that seems kind of gross.
Yeah, when you think about the soda machine in that way, yeah, you're right, Josh.
Anything could have been in that swill that you drank, and you were sitting here up until this very moment. You just thought of it as an odd drink that you
yeah,
ordered.
just another day.
Well, what about, let's say, like at an ice cream machine, you go to where they have twist cones. Or think about that like at a Dairy Queen.
It kind of piles up at the bottom.
The bar rail special, most folks are calling it. A biological Jesus, the drip mat special, maybe you call it. He says once they did this at the bar, they had someone drink the bar rail juice, and it had a bee in it.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, that's the other thing. Flies could be in there, ants.
Well, maybe they'd start a whole new type of alcohol. I mean, because you got the worm in the tequila, right? Doesn't one have a scorpion in it?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I thought there was some sort of alcohol that has scorpion in it.
All right. That's crazy. That it took us 5 minutes to talk you into the idea that that's disgusting. People have been blowing their loogies.
What about sharing Kleenex?
Oh, I got that one. Parents are gross.
Yeah, that was a parent that said they do that with their kid.
Oh, the old rewashable one or something? Or are you talking about just one kid to the next use the same Kleenex?
Well, no, he said, or he or she said that they used the same one their kid used.
Oh, gross.
Right. You have your little kid blow their nose into the rag, and then you use it too. What's the matter with you?
Too clean seal coating, Jesus says. When the heck did we get ice cream?
I love that line. A dude at a petting zoo in South Carolina was killed dead. He got his ass kicked by a damn kangaroo.
Oh, no.
It seems like those things are douchebags.
Yeah, they are.
Australian Jesus has told us some stories. Have you ever seen like with the huge packs of them? When
Yes.
Maybe I don't know if it's called a pack, but
yeah, we
there's
were
just like hundreds of them
out in Wilmer.
Are you serious?
I couldn't believe it. No,
They're kind of known for that.
On video, sure. I've seen a mass amount of kangaroo cross a golf course once on a video.
Yeah, I think that's the one I saw.
Yeah, they're quick and they appear to be very strong.
They are so strong.
So this poor guy, 52-year-old guy by the name of Eric Slate, got killed dead by a kangaroo. The petting zoo is owned by his brother, Robert Slate. And I think Eric volunteered there or worked there. It says here, Eric checked out from, quote, multiple blunt force injuries. From the sounds of things, Eric liked to go he would go right on into the kangaroo pen there at the petting zoo and wrestle with the kangaroos. And by God, wallabies as well. He would hand fight wallabies and kangaroo. But on this particular day, a kangaroo by the name of Jack, come on, have some freaking creativity. A kangaroo by the name of Jack wasn't interested in effing off with this Eric guy. And Jack the kangaroo stomped a mud hole and then walked it dry.
I guess we screwed up. D&D Jesus said, idiots. Kangaroos are from Canada, not Australia. Read a book.
We got to read some damn...
Read a book.
There's no word in here on whether or not any little kids were watching when Jack the kangaroo pop-up power-bombed this dude to death. Jack the kangaroo was not gassed on the spot, like you might assume. It says here that animal inspector type folks are going to go ahead and visit the petting zoo to try and figure out Jack's fate. It sounds like, again, Robert Slate, the owner of the petting zoo, and like I said, his brother Eric was the feller that got killed. It sounds like Robert does not want anything to happen to the kangaroo. He posted a tribute to his brother on that Facebook setup where he said, your memory will live on, your voice will be heard, and Jack, your buddy, the kangaroo, will be fine.
You know, if I got killed by a kangaroo that all it did was go kangaroo, I don't think I'd want you to take out the kangaroo.
No, you did it to yourself.
I mean, yeah, he effed off one too many times wrestling with these kangaroos.
I could probably beat up Captain Kangaroo.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think he could take you.
Yeah.
He's a captain.
Ah,
it was being asked for.
Yeah, Captain Kangaroo was tougher than he appeared to be on television, and a heavy drinker. One of my favorite comedy bits all time, Josh knows this, is when Sam Kinison, back when Sam Kinison was doing stand-up comedy in the late 80s, Sam Kinison talked about, Captain Kangaroo must have been a heavy drinker. He held that job for 50 years. 50, and his wife's at home saying, you told me you were going to be an actor. And he said, what do you want? Of course, I can't do it as good as Sam did. An old pal of mine, God rest his soul, and it's unrelated, he used to like to wrestle with, what did he wrestle with? It's an odd, it's like a flightless bird. What do they call those things?
Ostrich?
No, you're getting there.
Peacock?
No, big, tall.
Emu?
Emu. He used to like to wrestle emus.
What?
Yeah, he
How
had
do you get into that?
He bought an emu, and it lived on his property, and then he'd drink too many beers, and he'd go out in the yard and wrestle the emu.
I could see the appeal.
Yeah. And he'd stay up all night drinking, he and the emu, and then he would go, not the emu, but my friend, he would go to McDonald's and get he and the emu a big pile of egg muffins.
The emu sees him drinking. He's like, all right, here we go again.
Yeah, the emu liked the egg muffins.
If it was like the late 90s and I saw an infomercial for one of those DVDs about emo wrestling, a guy wrestling an emu, I would absolutely buy that for sure. That would be fun to watch.
He was an emu wrestler. Fatal human-animal encounters are rare at petting zoos, it says here.
That's good, but they still happen. Rare, but not
imagine if they were
non-existent.
common?
Yeah.
All right, kids, you're welcome to pet these deadly animals. Odds are only half of you going to make it out.
Thankfully, fatal human-animal encounters are rare at petting zoos, but back in the year 20 and 22, a camel busted loose from its pen at a petting zoo in Tennessee, and it curb-stomped a couple of guys to death.
That's interesting. Camels always seem very chill.
No.
I thought they spit at you and seemed kind of pissed all the time.
They are usually separate because you know how petting zoos sometimes the animals can mingle. The camels are usually off on their own in a certain pen, and they're like, "Hey, don't touch. Make sure you feed with the spoon. Don't go near them don't get too close."
Do you think the isolation of the camels makes them violent? I agree with Dana. I think most camels seem kind of chill, except for one, the death metal camel.
Oh, man.
Sometimes when I blow my nose, I get a boner. I don't know why. It just happens.
Half-assed morning show.
I was reading something about a guy who brought a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to the bar because he's too cheap to buy bar food.
That's ridiculous.
Anybody have any thoughts on that? See, a lot of folks would just throw you out for that. A lot of folks don't notice, I suppose. When I say folks, I should restate that. A lot of bars will just throw you out for that. But at the same time, a lot of bars wouldn't even notice, maybe because they're busy, that you're sitting there chomping down a peanut butter. And that's pretty tight to me. That's pretty cheap to bring your own sandwich into the bar.
That is cheap.
I've seen a couple videos of really healthy people. They're not healthy, or they don't have allergies. They don't have like these gluten allergies or whatever, but they're so healthy and they want to continue to eat good even when they go out to eat. So they will like bring their own little healthy tortilla chips and won't eat the ones that they bring to the table. And it's like, just don't go out. You're ruining it. These places are not for you.
Trying to make the rest of us feel bad? Shut up. Let me eat my unhealthy, greasy tortilla chips.
That's the best part.
So, no, when the internet isn't arguing about who deserves to celebrate Mother's Day, they were recently arguing over how great of an offense this was to bring your own peanut butter and jelly sandwich to the bar so you don't have to buy the potato skins or whatever they have at the,
That's pretty cheap. I do remember some friends of mine in college, they would like bring a flask to the bar to save money. It's like, come on. Especially in college, too. The drinks for like $2.
At our last Independence Day booze cruise, I looked over and saw some people, 5-6 people at a table. Each of them busted out a foot-long Jimmy John's sandwich.
Respect.
And I thought to myself, well, hey, we've got food on the boat. But then my second thought was, that looks pretty good.
Yeah. Can I get a bite?
Bringing your own flask into the bar. Sure. And like you said, back in those college days, I don't know what it's like anymore. But even when you were going to college, what years were you going to college? Early 2000s?
Like 2005, 2009.
What was the cheapest? Well, I mean, what was the average cost for you to go out and get drunk?
Oh, gosh. $20 max?
$20. Mm-hmm. So you still had...
it'd be like $2 Long Island iced tea night,
and $3 pitchers.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you didn't have a 20, maybe you should just stay home.
Right.
Or just pregame really hard.
That too.
Yeah, there you go.
But I remember... some of this stuff is just so ridiculous. I mean, I was probably, of all my pals during our college years, I had to have been one of the brokest, if that's a word. Does that apply, Josh? Can I call myself the brokest?
I know what you mean when you say that.
I don't know if that's proper, but I had friends who were just so tight, so cheap. It was just embarrassing. You know, they'd argue, and these kids came from money. They'd argue back and forth over who owed who $5 and just the most ridiculous. I understand we're young, but still, these kids could make a phone call and their parents would give them whatever they wanted, but they would argue over $5. Maybe the most embarrassing thing was a handful of us were drinking at some garbage pile roadhouse bar back in our college years. And two of them thought that a tap beer was too much. Well, that's too much, right? And I bet it was $1. It was insane that they were worried about this. So one grown man, I mean, I know we really are just kids when we're 21, but legally, technically, you are a grown person. One grown man offered or asked the other if they wanted to split a beer. Hey, that beer's too much. Second guy says, yeah, I agree. First guy says, you want to split one with me?
That is...
And I said, I am not going to sit here while you two guys split $1 or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to watch you split a beer. I will go sit somewhere else. Come on.
1 bottle of Coors Light and 2 glasses, please.
Right.
2 straws.
2 straws.
Oh. So there you go. Bringing a PB&J to the bar. Should you be thrown out, or should it be accepted because of how expensive?
I mean, you can bring food into a Twins game. You know, they don't get pissy at all about that. They say, go ahead.
Certain foods, isn't there a limit on that? I mean, can you bring in a pizza, bring in a burger,
I've never looked at
so.
I thought it was just things like peanuts and popcorn.
But I thought you could bring in sandwiches and stuff like that.
I don't know.
I've certainly seen it there.
I don't know.
I guess that makes more sense because you're not going there for the food. But for the most part, when you go to restaurants or bars, that's the whole point of you.
Yeah, you're going there.
That's their business model.
Yeah, just stay home.
Well, at a bar, though, you're going to socialize with people. You know, I don't know. It's tough to judge somebody without knowing all the details. I've been in that spot where it's like all your friends want to go do this, and you don't have $1 to do it. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, I've definitely been there, but then I usually just say no.
But you can only say no so many times. You know, I mean, that's how, when I first started here, that's kind of how it was. Everybody wanted to go to the bar all the time, or everybody or a strip club really is what it was. I'm like, I can't even afford to get in there. You know, it was, if you're in a tough spot, you're in a tough spot. And something else, I know people who bring food to restaurants and they are embarrassed by it, but they have so many allergies, they have to. You know, certain things they can and can't eat.
Really? Allergies.
Yeah,
that sucks.
It's stressful. It's stressful for people. I mean, a buddy of mine's wife's like that, and they get invited to stuff, and she wants to socialize, and doesn't want to be like the person that has to have a special meal, but she has to because of these allergies.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Well, I don't know a damn thing about allergies. I hear terrible things. One of my pals was always very embarrassed when he was a kid. His folks, well, specifically his dad, tighter than a drum. One of the cheapest some bitches that's ever lived. When this pal of mine, when he was little, what a thrill every summer, of course, it was for all of us when our folks would take us. Well, my folks never took us, but an uncle would take us to Valley Fair. Right? And part of the thrill as a kid, other than the rides, was to just windmill candy and popcorn and peanuts into your yap all day at a location like a fun park like Valley Fair. But this pal of mine, oh, no, his dad, no, we're not going to be spending that kind of money to get you kids slices of pizza and burgers and candy and popcorn at Valley. No, we're bringing our meal in a picnic basket, and we're going to go over to the picnic area, and that's what we're going to have for lunch when we take you kids to Valley. And my buddy was always just, come on, man. One day I can't eat pepperoni pizza and Skittles all day long. You're going to take us away from the fun park for an hour and a half so we can sit in the picnic area with... Oh,
that was my parents growing up. Whenever we went to Valley Fair or water parks that had concession stands, yeah, we would always My mom would always pack sandwiches and chips and stuff
Can't
like that.
I just get one funnel cake?
I hated that too. If we went to something like that, same deal.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. At the state fair, we just load up on the 5-cent milk. Never got anything else.
Yeah, this pal of mine was pretty pissed. And his dad would drag it out, too, you know what I mean? All a kid wants to do is just ram that stupid peanut butter sandwich down their yap and run back to the rides, and his dad would milk it.
Oh.
Is everybody okay? Got enough sunscreen on? Hurry up, Dad. That's how it goes.
You guys taught me that you could bring stuff into the Twins game. That's life-changing for me.
Well, like I said, I knew there were some things. It's not anything that I, frequently read up on, but I knew there were some items you could bring into the ballpark.
Yeah, it says on their website that it just has to be food in a gallon-sized freezer bag or smaller. So it doesn't really say what kind of food. Bring like a freezer bag full of spaghetti.
You guys got a microwave around here somewhere? Poon Hound in Mound Jesus mentions an experience he had at a restaurant. Says he was sitting around having a couple of beers. Guy next to him orders the $5 hamburger, and then that guy pulled a slice of cheese out of his pocket and put it on the burger.
Ashley, you carried around cheese in her purse? Do you still carry around purse cheese?
No, I don't carry around a purse anymore.
Not anymore?
Nope. I have, or I guess I don't have it on me now. But I usually have some type of Tabasco sauce on me, some different size of Tabasco sauce. Mostly, that's because like I feel awkward. I always feel like I'm bothering them when I ask for Tabasco sauce.
This person here wants to know how much for one rib?
How much is, what was it? Was it 25 cents? I can't remember how much it was for one rib. But it wasn't much.
It was less than I would have guessed.
It was very reasonable.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
They got their heads up their ass.
On 93X.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
All right, all you procrastinators, enough is enough. It's November and the you-know-what is about to hit the fan. Time to hit up my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning to get that furnace cranked on and get it winter ready. Dana here. November's also the final tune-up deal of the year at Standard. You can get $20 off your furnace fix when you make an appointment and mention 93X. Yeah, I know we're all hardy Minnesotans around here, and you're probably saving up to buy me a sweet, sweet Christmas gift, but don't roll the dice on your furnace. Time to prep and protect. Book that tune-up today at standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael Strahan, and St. Jude has been close to my heart for many years. Their groundbreaking research is changing how the world treats childhood cancer, and has helped push the survival rate in the U.S. from 20% to more than 80%. Please, help St. Jude give children the greatest gift, a chance at a lifetime.
This holiday, help St. Jude find more cures for more children. Donate now at musicgives.org.
Mic drop. Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ritland. It's Raw.
So you do 4 platoons and 7 years at Team 3 when you go to the jump team.
Scariest job I had in the Navy until people started shooting at me.
Yeah.
It was a blast, though.
It's unfiltered.
At what point did you decide I'm done with the SEAL teams? If you only knew how the Navy works, we don't have an enemy to fight, like we'll eat each other.
It's tough talk from the top minds in their field.
They're not looking for the best guy, they're looking for the right guy.
Yeah.
Mic drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
You gotta be kidding me. Who greenlit this garbage?
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
I met Ashley's future in-laws.
What'd you think?
I went out to Ashley's bar gig. Despite the storm, her gig was in my neighborhood. I met her future in-laws. Let me tell you, troubled people.
Yeah, right.
If I had to predict, that's what I'd say.
The truth is, they're two of the nicest folks I've ever met.
They really are.
You got lucky.
I know, I really did.
Because you know a lot of people marry into maniac families and their in-laws are a walking disaster.
Yeah, I struck gold.
If your in-laws are a horror show, text us, 651-989-9393, and tell us what it's like. We've covered this type of thing before, of course, but I can't remember any of the stories. Text us and tell us real quick about your whack bag in-laws so Ashley can appreciate what she's found herself even more than she already does.
I was kind of questioning your relationship, Ashley, with your fiance, who I hate. I'm just kidding, I love him, but
Understandable.
And then I met his parents. We were out one night. I think it was before the boat cruise, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. You're not marrying him. You're marrying into that family because they're great people.
Very nice.
So
couple.
I'm the only one that hasn't met him yet.
That's right.
Are they not looking forward to meeting me? Is that it?
Oh, no, they are very much looking forward to meeting you.
I can't wait. I can't wait. But you didn't mean not to, Jesus, said the lady that texted in about her lineman husband who's been out all night.
Yeah.
He's got a rough one ahead of him. Said that wasn't a shout-out she gave. It was secret code for her side piece to come over.
I would love to be a part of that.
Wouldn't that be something?
Absolute genius.
Yeah, we weren't meant to be together all the time. You gotta have some time to yourself, or you climb the walls. You end up climbing the walls.
Yeah, quite a few.
Domestic violence.
Just so you know, if you're out working right now, a lot of people are thanking you. We're getting a lot for the garbage men, the linemen, for the people that are out there plowing. Yeah, go ahead and plow your brains out.
Yeah, I saw the plow guys when I got here.
Did you see the plow guys?
The plow guys had not arrived
They
yet.
had it. Yeah. The plow guys were here when you got here.
When I pulled in, they're creating quite a sledding hill for the young kids in the neighborhood. I saw them out there. They seemed to be in good spirits. They waved, they nodded, everything. Oh, yeah. All you folks out there trying to make things easier for us despite the killer snowstorm, word life.
Yeah, those guys are great. And I think I told you before where sometimes they've been working when I got here, and I feel terrible parking in an area. I have to ask them, where would you like me to park?
Yeah, where do I go?
And they could not have been more nice. Like, dude, just park where you got to park. We'll figure it out. But I thought, I don't want to ruin their day. Somebody has I had mentioned earlier, there was this car in Kasota, which is just kind of down the road from us, that was absolutely destroyed the other day. And I was wondering, how fast would somebody have to go to do that to a car? And especially in that area, if you know it, that's tough to get a speed up there when you're coming out of that turn.
Right.
On a journey, Jesus said he drove by the car, too, and figured maybe a semi caught it with its trailer. That makes sense. I mean, there's a lot of semis going in and out of there.
A lot of truck traffic comes through this here neighborhood. Sure, okay, that's got to be it. All right, in-laws. A few texts have come in. Again, Ashley, not that you're unaware of how lucky you have it with your fiance's folks, but just a reminder. Here's a listener that says, my in-laws are drunks and meth heads. My in-laws are like an unaired episode of the Jerry Springer Show. Another listener said, my in-laws are like an unaired episode of the Jerry Springer Show. Another listener goes ahead with this. My mother-in-law brought a 6-pack of beer to our baby shower. It was supposed to be a dry event.
Oh, my God. It's just a 6er. Come on now.
And then she made a big deal at the party when she couldn't find it. Where's my 6-pack?
No. Somebody texted and said, my in-law didn't believe I was allergic to chocolate and put melted chocolate in my soup. They blew up like a balloon.
What? That's insane. You can kill somebody with that kind of thing.
That's attempted murder.
That's crazy. I lucked out. My mother-in-law is wonderful. I remember when my wife said her father had passed away, I thought, oh no, I don't have to meet a dad. I can't imagine. Your fiance is a brave guy, Ashley. I mean, you've got all those brothers. Your dad is one of the more intimidating people I've ever met. I can't imagine the first time meeting some of those folks.
Actually, the first time that he had to come and meet my parents, he was with one of his buddies beforehand. And they were having a couple of beers. I think they ended up having a lot of beers. And so when he met them, his face was like bright red because of him being slightly intoxicated. And he showed up late. And I thought, what? Like, why would you do that? Like, there's a set time. My parents are hungry at this point. It's been like an hour past when they were supposed to eat. And then I came to realize, all right, I would be terrified too. I get it.
So, I mean, what's your dad like when you meet somebody that you realize, okay, this is a real relationship? Is he really hard on the person or
no, not? My dad can come across as a quiet guy, and that can be intimidating for some people.
Because you're wondering what he's thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And is he plotting something?
He looks like an average tough, or above average tough guy, I should say.
But my dad is a sweetheart. He really is. He's a sweetie, but he definitely doesn't play about his baby girl.
I wouldn't think so.
I could tell the minute that we met that he was that, kind of a little rough on the outside, but deep down a nice feller. I could tell that the minute that we met.
One of the more powerful handshakes I've ever received.
Yes.
Yeah, I love when
got a vice grip.
I love when he tells me stories about when he was younger because he sounds a lot scarier. He was a bouncer for a number of years, and some of the stories he tells me, I'm like, Father,
Your
how
dad
could you
kicked some
do
asses
that?
in his day.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
Your dad could star in Sons of Anarchy.
He got in a fight with a broken leg once and won. Like, that man's scary.
Oh, I could beat up a broken leg.
I could beat up 2 broken legs.
Yeah.
Shout out
did
to
you just say a minute ago that when you found out your future wife's father was dead, you were pleased to hear that news?
I'm just kidding.
Well, no, I understand.
But there is a little relief, like, okay, I just got one parent.
Of course.
But no, of course not.
I mean, of course, you weren't pleased to hear that news, but there is some measure of relief there because you don't know what the dad's going to think of you. You don't know what kind of person they are.
I never liked meeting the dad, especially because you know that they know what's probably going on in your relationship, right? And they're looking at you and you're looking at them. And I would try and seem like the most asexual guy in the entire world. Like,
You've mentioned this before, I think, on this here radio program where meeting significant others' fathers was a stressful thing for you.
Certainly, yeah. Because that's just kind of how it was at our house, right? My dad taught me to be very fearful.
Don't be ashamed. I mean, I'm the guy who's made it very clear that, at least this is what I was taught as a child. My dad and his buddies would tell us young guys, they'd say, boys, here's what you're going for. When you get older, this is what you're going for. A woman with a large chest, money, and a heart problem, a serious heart problem. And preferably both of their parents are dead. This is the advice that I received as a child, and I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, Josh, you had 0 dads to meet. In my relationship, my wife, she has 3 dads. 3 dads that I need to.
How does somebody have 3 dads?
She has the biological dad, of course.
Right, give me a pen and a piece of paper. I need to keep
You're going to need an
track of it.
abacus?
Okay, she has a biological
scientific
dad.
calculator.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's 1.
And then a stepdad.
Stepdad
who she grew up with, throughout her youth, and then her mom and her stepdad got divorced in college.
No. Oh God.
And now she
in college.
What?
When she was in college.
God.
I was going to say, how young did they get married?
Okay, so she's got a biological dad.
Yes.
And then a stepdad comes into her life.
And then now a third stepdad, or a second stepdad, so that makes 3 dads.
That's ridiculous.
Do you get along with all 3?
All
and be
3
honest?
of them are absolutely wonderful. Yeah,
be honest.
Truly, I do.
She's already agreed to marry you.
We're in wedding month right now. I think at the end of the month we're getting married. So
I know some people who could use a decent father figure, and your fiance is hogging 3 of them.
That's
true. There's some poor kids that grow up without one dad.
Yeah, I got a couple of buddies in their mid-50s who could still use a decent father figure in their life.
I'll pass along their numbers.
Have you guys extended the aisle for all these people that are going to walk her down it?
Well, there was a big debate about who was going to walk down and, that type of thing.
All right, fine, I'll do it.
Just tell us how many. How many are walking
Nick and Josh will walk her down.
I'd be happy to.
Yeah, I think that would be nice. It'd be classy.
Or, you know what, I want to walk you down.
That would be nice. I would like that.
How many are going to walk her down?
Her mom and dad, her biological mom. Gotcha. Obviously, one mom and then biological dad.
Let's see, more shout-outs coming in for the plow drivers. This person wants to shout out the City of Eagan plow drivers. Going to be a long day, they say. Yeah.
A lot of folks texted
That's my
in.
town now.
What about what?
That's my town now. I appreciate that.
I don't know how you can live in Eagan.
You know what?
I don't get it.
So far.
I just don't get it.
It's not. It's not
really
fun.
Isn't.
I never go over there because I'm like, it's like a whole 40 minutes.
I don't get it.
I'll tell you what. So I grew up in Minneapolis. I moved out when I was 24, and I remember living there thinking, why would anybody not want to live in Minneapolis? Just growing up there. Like, I don't understand it. Then I moved out. I'm like, oh, yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm. Now I totally understand.
This is nice.
Parking is so easy. It's so many less people. Yeah, I totally understand.
Wow, a listener has just blown my friggin' mind via the text messages here. We got a lot of different subjects happening at once, and that makes it fun. Some folks are texting in about their nightmare in-laws. Some folks are texting in about the weather, of course. And then I just brought up a minute ago that when I was a young kid, I was taught by my dad and his hillbilly friends that when I get older, the type of women I should go for are the ones who are large-chested, they've got money, and they've got a dangerous and near-fatal heart condition. A listener just texted in and said, do you think maybe your wife was looking for the same thing when she considered marrying me? Now, here are the comparisons. You might be a little confused. I do have aggressive nipples. I've been told I have aggressive nipples.
That's wrong.
I got a few bucks in my pocket. There's no doubt about that.
They're stately.
From Wyzetta, for Christ's sake. I got a few bucks in my pocket. And I have a heart condition. Is there a chance that my wife had the same... Are you following where I'm going with this?
Yeah, she... I don't know if you're aware. Well, no, I know you're aware of this because she told me your wife and I were texting yesterday, and she is concerned about what you're doing to your body that could cause some man boobs to develop. Are you familiar with what I'm talking about?
No.
There's a product you use that
What?
She's been telling you it's full of endocrine disruptors, if I'm pronouncing that right.
All right. We might need an extra break for this. One more time now. You and my wife texted.
Yes.
And she said she's concerned about me.
There's a product you use that she said, I've told him it's just full of endocrine disruptors. Hopefully I'm pronouncing endocrine correctly. And that can cause man boobs.
She did not tell me that.
Oh, she hasn't talked to you about that?
I love that even more. It's behind your back.
I don't want my endocrine disrupted, not even knowing what
product are we talking about?
Well, I don't want to, besmirch a product, but it's a fragrance that you use.
My Axe body spray? She's BSing.
I don't know what she's talking about.
She's BSing.
I'm not going to throw a name out, but...
She does look for that. And I thought it was quite rude. A while back, 3 of my buddies went on some kind of a tropical vacation with all of their wives, right? And there was a picture up on social media that she showed me, my wife showed me, of my 3 high school pals. They're in a pool, shirts off. They all got a beer in their hand, and the caption was, "Yay, we're vacationing in Mexico," or whatever, right? There they are, 3 smiling, happy suckers in their 50s. And I said, oh, it's a great picture of the boys. And what does my friggin' wife says? She says, I'm seeing a lot of breast tissue there.
What's her deal with man boobs?
And I said, what? What the hell kind of a thing is that to say?
I love that.
And then she called me out for it. And I said, I do not have breast tissue.
Oh, man, I feel like I need to wear a sports bra next time I see your wife.
Yeah.
She's looking, Dana.
I just thought, what kind of cold-blooded ass? Here's these 3 guys having a good time. I'm seeing a lot of breast tissue there.
She rules.
And I said, show me your breast tissue, for Christ's sake. Yeah, it's a hell of a deal.
One person on the topic of nightmare in-laws, they admitted that their parents are the nightmare in-laws, and that their significant other is a saint for dealing with them.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it can take different angles. There's no question about that.
You're listening to the radio. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Is this for real? This is supposedly, and we've always had a lot of fun conversation on this radio show and discussing how friggin' mental some parents can be at their kids' sporting events. Is this for real? These are supposedly real, true, unhinged things parents have hollered at a kid's sporting event.
Yeah, this is legit.
All right.
Parents are crazy. I love it. I can't wait to be this parent.
I've heard a few things. One very, very disturbing where other parents had to ask this guy to leave.
Yeah.
That level.
Yeah, it was bad.
Can you share with us what the parent was saying?
Yeah, so my oldest son, this was a hockey tournament, and I want to say he was probably 7 or 8. And there was a guy who he was very, very, very aggressive. And, he was always loud. Everybody knew him. He was loud, and he was kind of a jerk. And there was one time we're standing by what would be the away team's net. And
So, one of the other players goes down, and he's telling his kid to stomp on him with his skate. And he wasn't joking. He's like yelling at him, and all these parents are like, dude, these are 7 and 8. What are you talking about?
Kill the bastard!
Yeah, they're not even checking. It's like they're out there doing their thing, and he's trying to essentially eviscerate this young person right there on the ice. It was terrible. And many, many years later now, so again, 7 or 8, my oldest was, and then we're at a high school game, maybe his senior year, so he's about 18. And I sat next to this guy, and I told my wife afterwards, I'm like, wow, that was a real fun conversation. I wish I would have met him sooner. And she said, you did. That's the guy back in the day that wanted his son to kill another kid.
Oh, I'm surprised his kid is still playing sports.
Well, I think what happened is his son didn't go as far as he expected him to, or he wasn't the star he expected, so he was a little humbled. But he was a different guy.
He had settled down.
Changed, yeah.
No longer calling for amputation on the ice.
I never would have guessed it was the same. I didn't recognize him.
Anyone who played youth sports, or if you've gone to watch your kids play youth sports, you've run into these characters before. Every damn one of us has a story or two, but these supposedly are some of the worst things parents have hollered out during their children's sporting events, starting with one parent who hollered, "Take him out at the knees, Jimmy. I don't care if he's 6.
Have you guys noticed a lot of times it's the moms that are more aggressive, certainly more vocal?
Yeah, I've noticed that going to my nephew's hockey games when he played in high school, especially it got really bad in high school. It was hard to control myself sometimes when somebody would, I guess, hit him dirty, where they would get a penalty and, they'd like absolutely throw him down. And it was really hard to not be that person that immediately stood up and just said, what the F? Like, what the heck is that?
I have not experienced that. When I was growing up, playing youth hockey, youth football, all that stuff, it was always the dads who were complete donkeys. Well, not all of the dads, but if there was a loudmouth, obnoxious a-hole in the building, it was always a dude. Our mothers were very well behaved. So I have not experienced that.
So with your godson, it's not so much football, but basketball. It seems some of the moms are really going for it.
Okay.
You can hear everyone so clearly.
That's
gym,
probably
though.
A lot of it, yeah.
Oh
yeah, that echo.
I sat next to this lady and I'm like, I can't sit next to her anymore. This is so nuts.
Did you feel guilt by association just by sitting next to her? Like, they're going to think I'm with her.
Oh, there's no way I could land her.
Okay.
They'd look at us and go, no, they're not a couple. But yeah, she was very, very loud.
So, especially when they're really young kids playing youth basketball. I mean, it's not like there's a big crowd, right? Everyone can hear everything that each other are saying. Okay, so no, I have not noticed the ladies being buck wild, but it's been a long, long time since I was playing youth sports. It was always our dads back in the day. But I do have one mom story for you, and this just cracked me up. A family friend of ours, a gal, very funny gal. Her son was readying himself for his very first hockey practice. So he's a mite. And so we're all hanging out, having this conversation, and this lady that I know, this gal that I know, there she's standing there with her young son, mite-aged son. And somebody said, hey, little Donnie, I understand, tomorrow's your very first hockey practice. And right away I could tell this kid was nervous about it. He was nervous about it. He was like, yeah, I'm going to go out and play some hockey. So he was nervous. And his mother read the nerves on him as well, and she decided to make it worse. She said something like, yeah, Donnie's going to be skating tomorrow, first hockey practice. He's not the greatest skater just yet. And I said, that's okay, Donnie, you'll get used to it. And you can see how nervous this kid is to even talk about his first hockey practice. And his own mother turns to him and says, you better not fall down on the ice when you're out there for your first hockey practice. You want to know why? And the kid looks up at her and goes, why? And his own mother says, they'll kick your ass.
Okay.
And the kid just,
great,
he looked at all of us as if to say, is she telling the truth? They're going to kick my ass. I thought that was just a friggin' riot. She was just merciless with her own child.
I'm fast forwarding about 10 years, and I picture that conversation coming from you, Ashley.
Yeah, I love that.
Elementary school custodian Jesus said, basketball moms are the worst. We call the cops 2 to 3 times every season to escort some out.
Oh, the
Wow.
cops.
I've never seen something where the cops needed to get involved.
No, I never experienced that when I played basketball.
I've seen parking lot shouting matches, but no cops ever involved.
One of my oldest gal friends had the cops called on her a few years ago at the hockey rink because she punched another mom. Anyway.
Probably deserved it.
There was somebody,
No, she didn't.
Oh,
Well, maybe she did. I've heard conflicting stories as to whether the mom.
A couple of parents are talking about how they've overheard people saying horrible things about their children, and there was one time a member of my family showed up, who doesn't show up very often to some of the games. It was not an expert at all in any sport whatsoever, but was talking trash about a particular player. And I'm saying, can you shut up? Can you stop talking? Can you stop talking? The kid's parent was about 2 feet away from where we were. And they decided that they were the expert all of a sudden, talking all this trash about this kid, who was a great kid, by the way, and he had a bad game.
And again,
if you would have came to any other game, you would have noticed this wasn't how he usually plays.
And again, we're talking about, what, 10, 11, 12-year-old kids?
Oh, he was probably even younger, maybe 6 or 7 at this time.
That's how you know you're a good adult, when you trash talk 11-year-olds behind their back. Okay,
especially since you have no idea. You couldn't talk the game at all.
Right.
But you're all of a sudden an expert.
How about this? See, now, this article is supposedly unhinged things. Sorry, the gas from drinking too much Gatorade. These are supposedly unhinged things parents have said at kids' sporting events. Is this that bad, Josh? You tell me, because I'm not a parent. You tell me. You're embarrassing me. I didn't raise a quitter. Is that bad?
Well, when you read what happened for the parent to say that, I think, that's pretty bad.
Oh, I missed that. Okay, well, here's the rest of the information. A mom shouted that at her kid for crying after getting hit in the face with a baseball.
Yeah, you could probably give the kid.
You're right. I did not look at the fine print. Because, really, if my kid just upped and quit out on the ball field out of nowhere, I might say, hey, I didn't raise a quitter. Get your ass back out there. But
yeah.
I missed the part where a little girl is hit in the face with a baseball. I'm sorry. You know what they'll do if you fall down. No, what? They'll kick your ass. Rip her ponytail off! That was yelled at a children's sporting event.
Strong forearm Jesus said he used to pitch. He was a pitcher, and his mom would constantly tell him to throw strikes. And he said the silence of the crowd once heard me answer, no S.
That's funny. Thanks a lot, Mom, for the genius pinpoint advice on what I'm supposed to do.
Why didn't any of my coaches teach me that?
Right.
In a basketball game in middle school, I think it was 7th or 8th grade, our star player was the coach's son. This wasn't a situation, Nick, like you say, where the kid, that's coach's kid, gets all the preferential treatment. This kid was great, and he had to play every minute of every game, and he was exhausted, and the coach called timeout. His dad called timeout, and he's walking to the bench, and he goes, "Oh, I'm so exhausted," and the dad goes, "That's why I called timeout, dummy." And it was one of those ones where it just echoed through the gym, and it was just dead silent there. All the parents and other players are looking around like, "Oh, this is awkward."
I certainly have seen a little bit of preferential treatment from.
Oh, for Christ's sake, it was the worst.
Actually I've seen more the opposite, where their kid is destroyed. I mean, he's probably because of how it is today, right? Parents aren't going to let you talk trash to their kid, so that's probably a big part of it. But, I mean, all the frustration that's out there on the field is directed right at his kid. I've seen that so many times.
Yeah, maybe times have changed. I mean, sure, when I was growing up, there were plenty of coaches who were extra, I don't want to say hard on, but I can't come up with anything. Sure, I saw plenty of coaches who were extra strict with their son, but the overwhelming majority, it was the coaches who, big surprise. Your kid is the starting quarterback?
Yep.
That's a huge surprise. Oh, weird. Your son is going to be the center on the first line? That's shocking to all of us. There were a few tough ones, but most of them dumped all the preferential treatment on their son. This apparently was said out loud at a ball game. An 8-year-old asked if they could get a snow cone after their baseball game. Can I get a snow cone? And one of the parents said, this is not about fun. This is about winning. Oh, man. When you're 8 and you're playing terrible baseball. I don't want to hear about a snow cone.
Losing sight of the main point of things very early.
I watched a video yesterday, and it was of an 8U baseball team winning, 8 and under. They're just
you
kiddos.
said 8U.
8U, yeah.
8 and under baseball team.
Yeah, and they were playing in some tournament, and they got first place, and the parents on the side of the field acted like their kids just went to space for the first time. They were hugging each other. One mom was crying.
Because
what are you doing?
Because their tiny little kids won the ball game?
Yeah. Should take it down a notch.
Jeez.
All right.
Yeah, we've all seen some things.
Softball was crazy. I wasn't expecting that. I thought softball would be a little more laid back. But, I mean, there was one parent there that I thought was going to murder other people. He was this was at a South Dakota tournament. I mean, he was like shaking the fences. He was so angry. I don't know
Son of a bitch!
He wasn't a part of, I don't think he was even from Minnesota. I mean, this tournament would get people from around the country.
Yeah.
And you played in it?
No, we had a chance to, but we didn't end up going.
You didn't? Okay. I've never seen somebody that angry at an event. And I have no idea what set him off. They were on a different field, but I didn't want to be anywhere near this guy.
Oh, yeah.
He
Fast
looked
pitch
dangerous.
traveling softball. That's the one sport I saw the crazy parents at. That was next level. My parents, thankfully, were not those parents. I never heard them. Every once in a while, because I played catcher, I would hear my dad say something like under his breath, just so that I could hear, like, hey, watch the person at first. But otherwise, nope, they never said a word. Thank God.
There was one team, this is back to football, where the dad of the opposing team, he would run up and down the sidelines with his son to encourage him to run faster. I'd never seen that since.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
That was 6th grade football for my oldest.
There's all types out there. And like I said, we've all got a great story or two. That's what makes the subject so much fun.
Tattooed Lowlife Jesus says BMX track parents. So a buddy of mine did that, which I thought was awesome because that's back, in the mid to late 80s when it was huge. They made the movie Rad, which I was obsessed with. And he was very, very good. I never noticed that there. Maybe it's changed quite a bit. Well, it seems like people are angrier nowadays.
The two moments that stand out for me was the dad who climbed over the glass and down onto the ice to kick our asses for the way we were treating his son out on the ice.
Was it maybe justified? I mean, obviously that's way extra that he would do that, but was it really bad how you're treating him?
Yeah, I'll tell you, because there's details. The best part about it was when Dad piled his fat carcass over the glass and down onto the ice, he immediately slipped and fell. But here's what was going on. Yes, we were relentless with this kid. Every chance we got, we made a run at this prick. What his dad didn't know is that his son was the ultimate bully douchebag in school, in the hallways. And this bully douchebag signed up for hockey, and he wasn't very good at it. And so that was our chance to get even with this sumbitch, was when he decided to play hockey. And we smashed this sumbitch's brains in every chance we got. And he had every bit of it coming. This was that kid in your school who would pick on everybody. Well, his dad was not aware of that. His dad, of course, was convinced that his son was God's gift to planet Earth. He had no idea why we were all so brutal to his son on the ice. So you see what I'm saying? It was sure in his dad's eyes, it was all us. But the truth was this kid had it coming. The other that I'll never forget was, and anyone who played youth sports has been in this situation. Again, it was a hockey tryout situation, and it was the final day of tryouts where once you get your gear off, you run out the locker room and you go to the bulletin board to see what team you made.
Oh, that was always so stressful.
It was.
And there was one kid that I played with, let's call him Don Rodney. There was a kid that I played with named Don Rodney, and I like Don. And I thought Don was a very good player. Well, one parent was not that sold on Don Rodney being an A-team quality player. So we all pour out of the locker room. We race for the bulletin board to see who made what club, and there's my buddy Don Rodney on the A-team. And a parent of another kid involved in tryouts, he did not care. He walked up to that bulletin board, and he saw Don Rodney on the A-team, and he goes, oh, in front of everybody, kids, parents, everyone. Are you friggin' kidding me? Don Rodney on the friggin' A-team? That kid is terrible. Is this a joke? Don Rodney on the A-team. This is unbelievable. That kid sucks.
That's harsh.
Couldn't believe it. Don Rodney, not happy. Don Rodney's parents, even less happy.
Oh, if I was his parents. Oh, my gosh.
And next thing you know, it's an F-U, moms
absolutely.
and dads F-bombing each other. I just sat there, even though I liked Don and I felt bad for Don, I had the biggest smile on my face. I was saying to myself, this is what makes tryouts worth it right here.
Well, the joke was on that original dad who blew up because Don Rodney went on to a very successful NHL career.
So you know him today as Wayne Gretzky.
But that was so over the top, just classless, but at the same time beautiful. Don Rodney's doing well these days, just for the record. He is.
Good.
It's good to hear. Glad that didn't traumatize him too much.
Oh, and that guy and the dad who did all the shouting, he's still around too. I saw him a few weeks ago.
Is he kind of that type of guy, or was that just an abnormal event?
Oh, no. He was fiery as all hell on all subjects.
Has he chilled out at this point?
Well, now he's 85 years old, so yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean he's chilled out.
Yeah. Last time I saw him, he's not doing as much screaming and shouting as he used to.
When he fell down on the ice, did you guys skate over there and harass him some more, or did you just let it play out?
By the way, these are two separate dads we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the dad who fell on the ice?
Yep.
Well, I was on the bench when it happened. I just laughed my nuts off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone taunted. I don't
better.
have any memory of any of us taunting that dude's dad. Why are you picking on my kid? He didn't know that his kid was a world-class prick. So there you go.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
All right, all you procrastinators, enough is enough. It's November and the you-know-what is about to hit the fan. Time to hit up my friends at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and get that furnace cranked on and get it winter ready. Dana here. November's also the final tune-up deal of the year at Standard. You can get $20 off your furnace fix when you make an appointment and mention 93X. Yeah, I know we're all hardy Minnesotans around here, and you're probably saving up to buy me a sweet, sweet Christmas gift, but don't roll the dice on your furnace. Time to prep and protect. Book that tune-up today at standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com.